Hello everyone, how are you all? I mean, I would say I'm very well, but I just had a battle like fuck with the wrapper on my soda bottle. So like, not my proudest moment. The feeling of genuinely feeling like giving up. I didn't in the end. I won. Fuck you, bottle. But Jesus Christ, well, that's not a good start. That's not a good start at all, is it? Use your teeth next time. I don't want to. Yeah, England did win in the sports ball, which was fucking awesome. It was awesome. Went to a penalty shootout and we won again. It was. Why does my hair look so glorious today? Just because. Just because it is. I go out the shower and I dried it and I left it, and this is it. I couldn't give a fuck. What was I doing? That was what I was doing. Yes, we're going to be on with No Justice of the MTGs, and we're also possibly going to have an extra special guest, which is Curtis from the Turning Point Lefts. Your hair is looking fantastic, shaggable as fuck. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you, Lord Fruitus, for gifting us up to Kieran Saunders. But don't forget, you can give me money in the various ways. You know how to. Because I say it every fucking show, so, you know. I'm sure you are aware that you can do bits messages and super chats and memberships and... what do you call it? Super chats, bits messages. That's the word I was looking for. I don't want to allow that because that is annoying and shite. Why do they do new features that are shit? It's very frustrating. Anyway, and now we wait. Yes, the women won in the football, and it was genuinely historic. Not just because they fucking defended their title, which is awesome, but it's literally the first time it's the first time that either men or women, any of the national teams, have actually won abroad. Actually won a tournament abroad. England won the Men's World Cup in 1966 in England, and of course won the European Championship technically 3 years ago. Wasn't it some COVID related shite or something? Anyway, in England. Whereas this one was in Switzerland, which is technically foreign, even though some people might say it's not that foreign, but it's in mountains. Trust me, that's foreign enough. So, yeah. We won a thing abroad. Got to the World Cup final in Australia as well last time as well, so... I mean, that's about as abroad as it gets. I left a wee LBC thing in stream suggestions. A bloke speaking about women's football. It's hilarious how angry he is. Well, I am all for that. Let's have a look. Don't forget, if you've got stream suggestions you want me to watch, join the Discord and you can post in the stream suggestions bit. It's very silly. Where is that? I don't see any football related content in the stream suggestions. And I've scrolled all the way back now, so I don't see it. But if you link it in the chat now, we can do it. Serena Wiegmann's record is crazy when it comes to reaching finals. Serena Wiegmann has won the last 3 European Championships in a row, which is just, I think that means she gets to keep the tournament, doesn't it? Like, you know, if you win it 3 times, you get to win the trophy. If you're the manager and you win it 3 times running, I think you get to keep the entire tournament. They don't get to play it again. It's now just called the Serena Wiegmann tournament, and she just wins it. No one else gets to see it anymore. I did see the cricket, rather a damp squib in the end, unfortunately. But well done to India for battening out. I'll be honest with you, at 0-2, I didn't fancy their chances of even making England bat again. Such is their collapsibility. But, you know, they stuck it out well. Even if Jadeja was dropped badly by poor old Joe Root. Set up the game nicely and then dropped it. What are you going to do? Bit unfair to just blame him, obviously. Bryden Cast being an absolute shithouse who can't bowl for love nor money. And having a 35-year-old spinner who can't spin the ball. Also coming in for his first test in fucking 8 years or something. Yeah, not great. Oh, and your captain and best bowler. Basically bowling on one hamstring, I think, at some point. Yeah. But either way, genuinely bravo to India. They can't win the test series now, but they can at least draw it if they win the final test. Which presumably means England are going to create the flattest pitch in the history of mankind and guarantee a draw. If they've got any fucking sense about them. The TikTok. I know I already got the TikTok, but thank you. And it's a glorious little moustache he's got going on there. Hello. Hello, cutie pie. Where you been? Where is no justice? Oh, no, hang on. I keep sending the wrong fucking messages to people. Is No Justice live? Has she actually gone live? Because I don't see her. Oh, pardon me. Oof. Oh. Sydney Sweeney is a white supremacist jeans advert. What the fuck does that mean? How can jeans be white supremacist? They're blue. Actually, I suppose you can dye denim any colour. No cap on Israel. What is this?
I want to be chosen. I want to be in the room where it happened.
With you, Hashem's gonna give you something to lack with.
Love it. Obese people.
Shouldn't you just had to dunk your head in some cold?
I don't know what the fuck that is, but I'm not watching it.
Oil like a baby otter.
Oi oi. You know?
Hello.
How are you?
Yeah, no, I'm pretty good. How you doing?
I'm all the better for having you here, sir.
Yeah, that's so sweet. Um,
But I don't know where the fuck No Justice is.
oh, is it?
See-
Oh, I can't see a screen, by the way.
What do you mean you can't see my screen?
Well, I can just see your audio, but I mean, like.
Oh, well, I'm not showing anything yet, so you don't need
Oh,
to.
okay, right,
Yeah.
fair enough. Hello, Kevin's audience. Hope everyone's all right.
Yeah, no, I've done well, I'm well.
I'm gonna go onto your YouTube just so I can see. I like to take a peek of your comments.
She said she'll be back about 10. What?
Oh, yeah, she might have said that, actually. I think I forgot. Whoops.
What? Well, why are you here at 9 then? What?
You said come on now, so I was like, I'll jump
Well,
on.
'cause I
Look,
assumed we
can
were
leave-
starting
I can-
9.
I can leave and come back if you want me to.
No, oh, and you can do if you want. It doesn't matter. Like, because I don't know what to do whilst waiting for No Justice for an hour.
Well, we can. I mean, to be fair, it's 9:15.
Yeah,
we
that's
can
fine.
just talk, can't we? Maybe speak with the audience. I don't know. I mean, I haven't really kept up with politics today. Has anything gone on, or has that been sort of a political day off for everyone?
It's mostly been just a continuation of the starvation of the people of Gaza, I think.
Well, yeah. I mean, I suppose that's obviously been a long, long period. But yeah,
Hmm.
I mean, to be fair, I haven't followed the news though. Has there been any specific developments on it?
I don't think so. I'll be honest with you. I've been mostly watching the football.
Yeah, no, fair enough. I missed it. Obviously, I was in the cinema. Was the game good?
It was amazing. We won 10-0.
Okay, I think that's a lie.
Obviously. But the fact that you don't know, it disappoints me. They're the only good thing about this fucking shithole of a country, and you still don't care.
True, but I mean, I genuinely have been sort of out all day.
Oh, that's fair enough. No, it was 1-1, and then went to penalties, and we won on penalties.
I know we won. Yeah, well,
Which is fucking
thank
awesome.
you, Lionesses.
Exactly. The only good thing about... I mean, I, for one, think they should be made, all of them, the Prime Minister or something.
What the fuck is Jamie coming straight in about porn? Here we go. No, I thought we were going to start off light.
Who's coming in about porn? What?
In with the porn ban, Jamie Alice.
Where's this? What?
I'm looking at your YouTube comments, to be fair. I don't know...
Oh, right. So, okay. Well, hang on. What? You can't mention things that I can't see, because then
How
that
can
doesn't
you
make...
not see them?
Well, what am I looking at? Oh, the YouTube... Oh, in my YouTube... Yeah,
Wait,
okay.
surely you should see your own comments.
Well, that's not
right?
comments. That's chat. That's the fucking chat. Comments is underneath the video.
What are you talking about?
This isn't comments. This is the live chat. Isn't
Yeah,
It?
yeah, that's what I mean.
Well, it's
Like,
not a
someone's-
comment as
Well, you
such. The
say
comment
for
is
some-
underneath the... Come on now.
Oh,
They are
wait,
different
hold on.
things.
That is so semantic. Like, someone leaves a comment, even if it's live, you'd say that's a comment, wouldn't you? What would you say in the chat?
Yeah, it's in the chat. It's a live chat rather than a
Alright.
comment.
I'm not a streamer, to be honest. So
You
I didn't
are,
know
and
that
you
was an
literally
English-
are. You literally
Well,
are.
no, okay, right. I'm not a streamer as in we do shows.
You don't
but
have
I'm
to
not one of
you
these
don't-
people that does stream where it's like, hey, chat, thanks for the super chat.
You don't. Well, you do say thank you for the super chat. I've heard you say it.
Right. How else can I get at this? It's not just me that is always live reacting to comments and putting stuff on stream.
If you have to look,
in the comment
if you don't simmer down, I will have to take the piss out of you for going on GB News. Okay.
I to be honest, I'd be disappointed if you didn't do it. So I'm kind of I'm hoping that you will anyway. You
hot.
probably should.
That's beautiful.
You're more than welcome to. Yeah.
Well, I didn't mean specifically about your last comment. I just meant in general.
Oh no, not at all. I mean, you haven't seen it, have you? Or-
I haven't seen it, although no, just did say she wanted to watch it, but you don't want to watch it, do you?
No. I think I want to, so I can actually say the shit that I didn't get to say to sort of redeem myself and make myself feel a bit better because I come away from that particular debate feeling a bit crap. But we
Did
can wait
anyone else?
later
Did
for that.
anyone else see Curtis and want to fuck it pile on? Who cares at this point? Come
Honestly,
on.
it probably improved my mental health if you all piled on me. I think that would actually make me feel
Just talk
happier.
mad shit about him. Just say mad crazy shit.
Because actually a lot of people have said, oh, it's not as bad as you think. It's not working for me. I feel like if people were just to take the piss out of me, I think that would actually make me feel better. So that is a license for Kev, Helena, and anyone watching to fucking rip a new one because I'm fully on board with that. I mean, self-deprecating humor is my it's not something I'm actually like publicly do a lot, but trust me, that is a thing I do.
Well, tough love is the way I look at it.
Tough love, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, thank you, Wayward Historian. We have seen Curtis's streams. We kind of know he's not a streamer. You do accept, right? There is a difference between doing a stream and being a streamer, right? Like Hassan Piker.
Okay, but you say streamer like it's a disease.
I'm not saying that. I think it's a proper job. A well-worthy.
Even now, that's too much.
Right,
it isn't.
Maybe, that sounds like bullshit. But that is a specific thing, which I don't. I mean, I don't know if I ever would do it. I think without turn left, I probably would have ended up doing it.
Turn left saved you from this degeneracy.
Wait, so, what did someone say Curtis is mid? I thought we were taking the piss out of the thing we're going to watch. Don't fucking just hate on me for no reason. Like, don't let me feel bad about myself.
Curtis is a piece of shit.
He's one ugly left-wing fucker. I don't mean that. Jesus.
Well, I always assume that's why you brought me on the show, is to make yourself feel better.
Yeah.
Just like, get that fucking ugly bastard on. I need to pick me up. You know? Just look, fair enough. I'll take it. I know my position.
Curtis on his high horse like he's Jeremy Paxman.
Threes of the world unite. Come on now.
I feel like I've opened a can of worms I probably can't handle right now, to be honest. But it's too late, isn't it? What's Lizzie Cundy like? I definitely will spill some beans. Not like real big shit that gets in the paper, but like I don't know. Should I say it now or should I wait for Helena? It's not a big deal, but like it's.
No, go for it. Go on.
Well, okay, so. And if she's watching this, which I doubt she is, and you want to lose your mind at it, well then don't say things to a lefty.
Is this Lizzie Cundy, wife of former Premier League footballer Jason?
Yeah, because I didn't really know who she was, and then I googled her, and then like this Sun article came up from 2023, and it was like, oh, I'm only rich through being a wag, and I spend thousands of pounds on champagne. Now, don't get me wrong, if you're rich, you want to spend money, fine, but I think it's really, really rank that you do that whilst also saying that junior doctors are greedy. So I was like, yeah, fuck you then. But anyway, so after the way the Nana Aquia show works is it's like musical chairs, right? It's so dumb. Curtis, you mean the hot turn left way? Thank you. That's what I'm fucking talking about. Thank you, Cozy. So like it's 3 hours, but actual debate time is probably like not even an hour. Yeah. So you go on, and then all you do is have a shot. So you're smiling like an idiot, and then you leave the studio into the green room, and then 20 minutes later you come on to debate like 1 or 2 topics. That's about 15-20 minutes. Then you piss off again, then you come back on again just for another face shot, then off again for 20 minutes and back on, and you do that every single time until all the stories are done. So it's not just going off and coming back on talking about the political stories, it's doing that plus doing like the face shots. So that's really dumb. Between the first story though, because it got quite feisty, and she said to me, oh, it was quite feisty, do you like it when it's feisty? And I said, no, I quite like intelligent political debates, to be honest, and all this entire setup is just no one learns anything. It's just sound bites and stuff, but obviously I'll defend myself when I need to. And then she turns around and goes, well, I like it quite feisty because I don't even believe what I say.
Right. Well, that's what? Hang on. So how do you expect to be taken seriously then? If that's the attitude you're going to take with it?
I mean, obviously we know there's so many grifters out there, but I think it's quite something where someone you've known them for about half an hour, and I'm very pleasant with people. I'm not like, you know. Oh,
I didn't realise you're on camera. Sorry, I didn't even look.
But it's just something where they just admit it to you straight away, like, oh yeah, I'm a grifter who for money, like literally saying I don't even really believe what I say, I just like the fun of it. Yeah. And there's me who, you know, I travel from Leeds, so it's not a 3-hour thing, it's a 12-hour thing. So I leave at 11 a.m, do the 3-hour thing, get back, and my train was delayed, didn't get back till like 11. And yeah, obviously they pay me for it because people should be fucking rewarded for their labour. But like £100 of that is on trains, and I'm getting fucking knackered doing it. And then there's this person opposite me, and I like whether I did well or not, and whether people agree with me or not. And there's a lot of people who watch TV who think, oh my god, stupid nose ring lefty, which is that's the best of the times. I mean what I say, and I believe what I believe, and I think someone who is making a lot of money out of this kind of thing just sat in front of me. You're saying, I don't believe any of these things, I'm a grifter. Again, none of us are really surprised, but it's so different when they plainly say it to you. And it is insulting because I'm, as you know, many people think I'm stupidly naive for going on GB News, and I will talk about what I want plan to do with that going forward. But at the end of the day, I'm still trying to make politics better, even if it makes no difference or in the smallest possible way, because I want a better world. And then someone just says, "Oh, I should do it for money, don't care," and it's just like, "Fuck you, then." Like, I'd rather these people who didn't care just not be in politics.
Yeah, that's.
You don't have to be obsessed with politics. Just stay out of it and let us do the fight. But like, it's these people who are enabling reform and quite harmful policies, not even that they are principled about it.
Yeah, no, I completely get that. What was I going to say? Oh shit. Yeah, thank you to who was it? Someone did something or other. Oh god, I'm really bad at this. Even though I'm a streamer.
You're the streamer.
Thank you, James Holmes, for becoming a member, or no, for being a member for 13 months on YouTube, and thank you, Lord Freetus, for gifting a sub to some channel called Turn Left Media, whoever the fuck they are.
Yeah, a bunch of idiots they are.
Yeah, don't even stream on Twitch. What's the point? What's the point of even having an account on Twitch?
Actually, you're wrong. We do, and we get one viewer per show. So actually, that poor person who's watching us by themselves.
Yeah, no, you don't need to feel bad for me. It's fine.
I was talking about our show, but damn, that was a self slam dunk.
No. Oh yeah, NJ.
So you got a lot of practice on that.
Yeah. No, I was there before. Yeah, everyone starts off on fuck all, you know.
OG, mate.
I know. OG. Yes. What was I going to say? Yes, someone wanted to know what you meant by face shots.
Oh. Okay, that sounds
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to bear in mind when you come on my channel, you're dealing with fucking perverts. So. Yeah.
Okay, so it's literally when the host is like, "Oh, welcome to blah 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 show. I'm here with A. I'm here with B." Or no, sorry. Welcome to the show. Later on, we're going to be speaking about these issues with A and B, and then a 2-second shot of each of our faces.
Okay.
Right, and then they go to the ads, and then you have to leave the green room and wait 5 minutes while they go through their fucking package holiday bullshit and the weather, and you know, there's so many ads on GB News, and then you go back on to debate, then you're off again, and then you go back on when the host goes, "Oh, so this is what we got coming up for you later," and then another 2-second shot of our faces.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so it's not even like musical chairs for each story, it's musical chairs for each story plus a face shot each time. And it's such a waste of time.
It is. That is a massive waste of time. Why not just
is.
have was it an interstitial or whatever they call it, where you have like a pre-packaged little clip of the person, which you could take the first time and then just put it in afterwards.
I wonder, do they have even the technology to do that?
Oh well,
it's still quite budgeted. When you go to the studio, you can tell it still looks quite budgeted, despite the fact that Paul Marshall and the Legatum Institute give him like 60 million quid. But you know,
I was about to say, yeah, what have they done with all that money? Given it's just farage.
Spent it on a new chair for Eamon Holmes after fucking falling off live on TV.
Yeah, it had to be reinforced, man.
I can see why he does that though, because I know he fucked off the chair. When I first sat down, he just flings you back.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah, but I think that's because they're probably hoping that happens, to be honest.
Probably, it goes viral, doesn't it? Yeah. What's this? Hang on. No justice pulling up trees. What's this now? Hang on. There's no justice in a Gary economics video. Surely not. What is this?
Audience is there. If you build it, they will come into the space. And if I'm going to say that, I should shout out like other guys who are doing it. There's a British-German influencer making good videos called Anna Boca. There's a guy here in the UK called Quajo Housing. He's popular on Twitter. I'm trying to convince Jordan Stevens, a member of Rizzle Kicks, to start a YouTube channel. He's quite big on Insta. Navarro Media have always supported us. No Justice is another channel.
Yeah.
She's also on Navarro Media. But there's tons.
Hey! Shouted out by Gary Economics. Fuck yes.
That is a scoop and a half, to be fair.
That's brilliant stuff. Oh,
Just
fuck, yeah.
A bit disappointed that you wouldn't mention in there, though.
No one knows who the fuck I am.
I know who you are.
Well, you know who I am, and that's the beautiful
my
thing.
man.
And I'm happy. I'm happy at that. But what I will say is that, like, people know No Justice not through streaming with
that
me,
is so
but through
cool.
Navarro Media.
Yeah, I think because she's probably getting more recognised through Navarro now.
Well, she said she went on one of the Palestine marches in London and got recognised several times.
Oh yeah,
which is fucking dope. Like,
I mean, I think getting a shout out from Gary Stevens is just fucking insane.
that is awesome. That is really fucking good. Yeah. Thank you, Journeying Jordan. Can you thank Turning Left for their deputy leader interviews for me? It's brought a lot of clarity, and I've recognised candidates. You recognise candidates as a result. There you go. See, you're doing proper journalism, and people care.
I mean, give the thanks to Callum Taylor. I was trying to. Well, I mean, I can reveal we've got a debate with the leaders dropping tomorrow. But I was so busy with that base. I was like, Callum, can you try and get an interview of all 9 people? And fair play, so I fucking got him. He got 30 to 45-minute interviews with every single deputy leader. So don't thank me, thank Callum. He's fucking
all right.
out of the park.
Okay, I'm just going to say, which one's the best and which one was the worst?
I haven't seen them. I've not had time. So
You did them. Well, you talk. No, you don't have to watch them back. Just give me your live, like, who was a wanker? Who was a wanker? Come on.
Oh, which are you talking about? The deputy leaders? Or are you talking about the leadership?
Oh, the deputy lead. I already know who I like in the leadership. I don't give a
No,
fuck
but
about that.
I haven't. Oh, who's my preferred candidate? You mean?
Well, no, out of the conversations you had with these people.
No, I didn't have the conversation with them. That's what I said. Callum Taylor.
Oh, sorry. Okay,
yeah, that's what I
my
said. Don't
bad.
thank me. Thank Callum because he did all the interviews.
Okay, well there you go.
Which they're all up on the channel now. To be fair, so I've genuinely not had time to watch them. I think I've got people who I know because I think it's tough having 9 candidates. It's almost a bit unfair.
No, it is really.
It's the name recognition first because I saw a poll that had Frank ahead. And I think him and Mothin are probably the most famous.
Mothin's the fucking G.
For me, I mean, I like the ones who I know is Frank, Mothin, and if I'm honest, I think they're the 2 I only really know the most. I like both of them. I do like Mothin. I don't even have enough of like an answer because I just do not know them enough. I just think that image of Mothin in front of the flames trying to clear up the riots goes fucking hard.
Yeah.
And I think it's disgusting how he was trying to help out the community and the media and right-wing commentators were smearing him because obviously he was a Muslim, that he was part of the sort of riots, was actually he was being a proper councilman and looking out for his area. I think that for me, whether or not he wins this race or not, this is a mad respect for me.
Absolutely. Huge respect. Love that guy.
Frank is sick on social media though, because like I've known Frank through. You've probably seen him when he was like running for mayor. So,
I recognized him before.
Social media. So, but that's probably all I can give. Callum will be best to answer that question.
Okay. Well, maybe I should have had him on instead then.
Oh, fucking fine then.
No, I'm only joking.
No, yeah, it's all good.
Yes, and thank you, James, who says, has Curtis been on with the growing concrete guy? I think you mean Mike Graham.
I haven't but I keep thinking I did because I went on with Mike Parry once. And I keep getting them to.
You were on with Mike Parry. That's it. That's even worse. That guy's a lunatic.
Yeah, but the thing is though, and I'm not big-headed or anything because I think the last bit I did I was shocking.
Yeah.
I ran circles around. I'm sorry. But
it's not that. I mean, look, mad respect to you, but that's not difficult because Mike Parry's a fucking idiot.
Well, that's the thing. But what I've found is the more debates I've done on GB News is the more idiotic their responses are, the harder it is to debate.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you'll see for yourself. But the last 2 debates were horrific, and I mean, the last show particularly because of Nana, and again you'll see. But I think that it's almost like I'm not imaginative enough to think of the opposing side's bad arguments, that they're so stupid that I couldn't even think of them myself, and it sort of throws you off.
Yeah.
But yeah, I keep mixing up Mike Parry.
Sort of like how Kay Burley will throw in a mad question and completely flummox a politician just because it's like she's such a fucking idiot. She'll say something like, "What is water?" and you just like the politician isn't prepared for it. It totally throws them.
I mean that happened a bunch of times with Nana. And it was like, but it's a debate tactic they do to make you look stupid. Whereas like, oh, you don't know the answer to it, do you?
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what you say as long as you're on the back foot. That's all. That's how it looks.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But Mike Parry was so funny. I mean, like,
Well, he's amazing. Because I used to listen to him back when he was on the sports radio thing,
Yeah.
way back in the day. And he once, I think it was like Usain Bolt that just broke a world record or something. And he genuinely claimed that he would live to see the day when a human runs 100 meters in 1 second.
he said that.
He said that, and I just thought, like, it's too
He's getting on
early.
a bit, though.
It's too early for you to be drunk, surely. So, like, there's no excuse for this.
But does that beat fucking thinking you can grow concrete though? It probably no. To be honest, it does because like obviously.
Yeah, because like I mean, yeah, I think so. Because at least like, concrete is made of things that do sort.
Yeah,
of
like there's
grow or
more
whatever, like you
stupid
said.
people who would believe that you can grow concrete. Than
Yeah,
you.
I think
There's not a
that's-
single person on Earth that believes you can, like, even in 100 years, 1,000 years time, without any technological sort of tools with it, that
Yeah.
someone could run 100 meters in 1
Yeah,
second.
because you
That's
can
really
run
Mike
100
Graham's
meters in a
people
second.
parry.
You're not really a person anymore. You're like some other species of animal. I think. Like we've ceased to be
Yeah.
humans and we've become superhumans or something.
I kind of wish it was Mike Graham in that slot just so that I could say I debated Concrete Man. But
That
I think
would've
a
been
lot
good.
of people get them mixed up. So they look they're old and white and hairy, and they're both called Mike.
Yeah,
They're
no,
both-
it's very. You know
but
what? You make a
their
compelling
mannerisms and
argument.
The way they think is almost exactly the same. So, like most people would
Honestly, I bet they both get mistaken for each other all the time.
yeah.
All the time. Oh, are you that Mike Graham? Yeah. They just go, yeah, that's me.
I mean, I'd rather if I was Mike Graham and they say, "Oh, you that Mike Parry," I'd rather that than be Mike Parry and get mistaken for Concrete Man. But again,
That's
you just
true.
brought the marathon thing. I think the Concrete Man thing is people know about that. I didn't know.
Yeah.
About this marathon
Well, exactly. Yeah, because that was from like fucking
Or
15
meters, not
years
marathon,
ago.
100 meters in a second.
Yeah.
That's great.
Actually, it was
That
probably
is
longer. It was
truly-
probably 20 years ago now. Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Unless that is just incredible banter. You know.
Well, he might be, but he was also just thick as pig shit. So I don't know that he's capable of coming up with something as funny as that. And
Yeah,
you know.
true. I mean, you'd have to be. You have to have a little bit of wit to sort of. Do that
Exactly, and
thing.
I don't see that. Like you see him on the, occasionally will crop up on the right stuff, and you see him. He's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like, no, he's not capable. He's not
I-
capable
I-
of that level of like bants. I don't think.
I first found him from his most famous video was when he did the spice challenge or the chili challenge.
Oh my God, did
you know,
he?
when you swallow with a chili, and he
Yeah,
was like,
yeah.
all these young people trying this challenge is a piece of piss, and he does it, and he's basically had a heart attack and a brain aneurysm at the same time. So yeah, if you haven't seen it,
I'm definitely looking up that.
I can't believe you've not seen it. To be honest, that's probably his most
Oh,
famous video.
no, I think I have seen this.
You
yeah,
did- yeah,
It-
you know,
it was the
you know.
cinnamon challenge. That was it. Yeah,
yeah, that's it.
Oh God, why is he wearing a Canada shirt? It's weird.
I don't know.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but I don't think he is. Okay.
Incredible stuff. Incredible stuff.
You see what this is? This is a bottle of cinnamon. Cinnamon is some sort of a powder that you put into cakes and it makes them taste nice.
It's some sort of powder. You don't know what cinnamon is? You're a fucking idiot, mate. See, that's what I mean. You throw out some shit like, what is cinnamon? And you're like, what the fuck? I thought we were here to talk about tax or something.
That's fine. This is a tablespoonful of cinnamon. Now, somebody's tried to tell me that putting a full spoonful, and this is not a full spoonful, it's a tablespoonful of cinnamon in your mouth at once is impossible. And I've
And not
seen
just that, but it's not even a heaped teaspoon. It's like a flat as fuck teaspoon. So it's basically half a teaspoon.
Wait, is that a teaspoon or a tablespoon? Though I think that's a tablespoon. Isn't it?
Tablespoon, yeah.
It is pretty
all
flat.
these younger people than me who's shoving this stuff in their mouth and then they're all over the place because they can't take it. Well, believe me, I've faced worse than tablespoonfuls of cinnamon during my
fucking
life.
heart disease.
People have thrown things at me all my life, and all my life I've headbutted them away or taken the challenge. I'm going to take the challenge now. This is one of the fullest tablespoonfuls of cinnamon I've seen in the various challenges that I've seen recorded. Mine's going to be the best of all, and I bet you I won't even balk, okay? I won't even balk because I've been trained to take pain, okay? I've taken pain all my life. Here we go. I'm told there should be an explosive reaction. There won't be from me. I'm going to count you down. 3, 2, 1.
Oh,
Water!
Water.
Water. Jesus.
See, that's the right wing in a nutshell, right? Claim your Billy Big Bollocks, and then when it actually comes to the crunch, you end up just fucking coughing and spurting all over the place.
Oh.
So you want to debate against him?
yeah, I did.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. You know, that's. I'm glad you didn't fucking lose. Jesus.
I mean, yeah, if I lost to that, I would have.
That would be the end of your career. Yeah, no, that
I
would
wouldn't
be
have
it.
debated again. No, would have.
You wouldn't be able to show your face in public. I don't think.
No, my girlfriend wouldn't be able to look me in the eyes.
Yeah, no, everyone
Probably-
in your
she
life
probably
would have
look-
lost
look
respect
at-
for you. Yeah.
Yeah, after that, she'd probably look at Mike Gray and go, "Oh, actually, I like a bit of that." Sorry, I've seen the confidence go from you and going to him. So
Well, that is. I mean, she needs to up her fucking standards then. I mean, look at him. Absolute monkfish. Thank you, James Holmes, who says, "God, I need a succulent Chinese meal now." Well, that's a completely different meme, but I appreciate it nonetheless. No justice.
Don't die.
No justice is coming on. Apparently, she fell asleep.
Fair enough. Fair dues. What is, apart from watching the football though, what have you been up to today?
Watching the cricket.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I definitely do want to not talk about that.
For a second, I honestly thought you were going to say, like, I want to talk about that. And, like, you had something to say. And I was like, I didn't know he was into cricket. No, okay.
Yeah, what was
fair
it, like 10-0 or something?
Yeah, it was 10-0 to India. And no, it was a really boring draw, actually. It was terrible.
Oh, was it? Okay. Did it go to extra time?
It went to extra time and 6 penalties. A big
And
six.
scored-
And then
they potted 3 each.
they potted 3 each and scored a touchdown.
Oh wow, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, that's quite
which is-
interesting.
is
Maybe
impressive.
I won't check that out.
No, you shouldn't. Yeah, absolutely.
I know you and Helena do have a shared love for the sport. I mean, damn man,
It's one of those.
What
It's
got
one
you
of those
into that,
things
dude?
where. What was that? Sorry.
what got you into it?
I'm a boring cunt.
No, you're not.
Basically, well, I mean, I am and I'm not. I have the quiet part of me that likes to go and sit
Yeah,
down and get very drunk in the drizzle, and that's what happens at the cricket.
Oh
right?
well, you didn't mention beer. Now that changes it. A hell,
Oh, beer's
hell
a
of a lot.
massive part of it. I don't think well, outside of when I was a kid, I don't think I've ever been to the cricket and not gotten very drunk.
Well, surely last time, because obviously Helena doesn't drink, right? So
I didn't know I didn't go. I was on with you, wasn't I? You remember?
Oh shit, yeah. Because
Yeah.
then I spoke. Oh fuck it. I fucked it, and I've ruined your life.
It's not. You know what? I'll forgive you. It's fine. Not a problem. Exactly. Yeah. No, that's fine. Well, no. I mean, genuinely it is, because I was like, well, I don't want to let. I have to let one of them down, I suppose. And this one doesn't cost me fucking 80 quid.
Fair.
So-
I wouldn't have been offended if you're like, oh, Helena's literally in my city and watching the cricket. I'd be like, that's absolutely fine.
Yeah, but it would have cost 80 quid for a ticket, and then like fucking
80. Excuse me.
Yeah.
£80 for a ticket.
£80 for a ticket, and then about 4 quid a pint at least,
How long does the match go on for then?
all day.
Like when you say all day,
Well,
it's like
from
8 hours.
Well, nearly. It's 11. Well, technically it's 11, but you get in there before 11, and then it goes on till probably 6:30.
So are you saying like towards the halfway point you're already half cut? And
No, you get people who drink from the very start. I once sat next to a very boisterous Jamaican man who started drinking rum at 10:30 and was
what a
like
legend.
had gone by midday screaming,
Oh god, okay.
"Fix up, Tino! Fix up, boy!" all day in my fucking ear. It's
Yeah.
amazing. Anyway, so you get people like that, but I usually go to about 1 o'clock, and then I start, and so by the end of the day I'm nicely toasted.
Yeah, you've got the timing like pinned down.
Yeah, no, I know what I'm doing. I know the rhythm of the thing.
I get too excited and start at 10, and then
Well, that's the problem. If you kick off too early, you end up fucking absolutely hammered, and you either get kicked out or you end up falling asleep or something.
I tell you what, this man knows how to handle his liquor.
No, that's fair enough. That's,
No, I
yeah.
can't. I think I've actually become more of a lightweight as I got older. Does that happen, or is that
I found the opposite, to be honest.
Well, that's supposedly the thing, right? You get better. But although to be fair, I wonder like as you get older, your capacity to drink more increases. So therefore, I'm just drinking more. You know, like obviously when you're like 18, you know, 2 pints you're done, or you know, in your case, a bottle of WKD and you're done. I mean, you're still on that now, aren't you?
Yeah, White Lightning down the park. Yeah.
White Lightning, yeah. Oh, it's supposed to be that's probably because it's a Bristol thing. Yeah, like 3 liters of Blackthorn. Hated cider.
Oh,
but that's what people
Schneid.
drank, you know?
Yeah, you could have a bit of the old Schneid on the go. Yeah.
I just think, why was that a thing? Why was cider popular?
Cheap.
I wonder if it's because it's sweet, and us children are like, oh, sweet things.
Well, it's a sweet
such
thing.
a boomer way of looking at it, to be fair.
It's a sweet thing, and like kind of beer tastes a bit weird to a young person, I think.
Yeah,
like
true.
that becomes more of an acquired taste, and it was cheap as fuck. And
Yeah.
that's sort of the thing you want to get sort of pissed, don't you? So,
I mean, yeah, when I was like,
and like Super Brew tastes like fucking the devil's arsehole. No one's drinking that.
oh, do you know what? I remember like I was like 16, 17. I was between jobs, should I say? And I didn't have much money. I was like, I need to like get a couple of beers and I get drunk on.
Oh,
and I was with my brother at the shop, right? And he's like, I just said, look, the most amount of alcohol for the least amount of money.
Yeah, but
And
that's the way a pisshead looks at it.
Again, a stupid 17-year-old who hasn't got much money. That was the way I was gonna go, right?
Oh,
and
no.
my brother, I think he fucking knew. He went, oh, that's quite nice actually. I was like, what's that? He goes, Carlsberg Special Brew.
He wanted you to look like a tramp, blatantly.
You know when you're like 17 years old,
Absolutely
the taste of
stitched you
beer
up.
doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
At that point, I got through half a can. I was like, that is fucking disgusting.
It's awful. Yeah.
I'd take 8 packs of Tennants over that, and we know how bad Tennants can be. That used to be the road beer.
Yeah.
I don't know, like you know, just like I don't know if you did this, but we used to do like you do a pub crawl, right? But between the pubs, it was always a can of Tennants, because I mean, this makes me sound really sad actually, but like you almost go in pairs. You don't walk in pairs, but like you've got a drinking buddy, and you have to decide the other person's can.
Okay.
But obviously, everyone just chose each other Tennants because it was strong and disgusting.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Which I don't really remember a lot of those nights, to be honest. I can't think of why.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. What was I going to say?
I wonder how much we've alienated this audience by just talking about getting pissed and stuff.
Well, I mean, again, they're degenerates, so I imagine it'd be fine, to be honest.
Fair.
Yeah.
How does Tennants do down
Hang
there?
on,
I feel like this
It's
is a
the one
conversation
drink I
you
don't
might
like.
not be able
It's
to have a
horrific.
normal one. Or that
Buck
could be very
fast
wrong.
too,
I
to
don't
be
know.
fair. Oh, you said
Hang on,
Tennants is mince while typing
One
this.
second.
Too late now.
Sozzled Snake, who's, I believe, Scottish, says, how does Tennants do down there? It's one drink I don't like. It's horrific. Buckfast too, to be fair. Yeah, Bucky's fucking horrible. Again, but I think Bucky, I get the impression Bucky is the White Lightning of Scottish youth. It's like fortified wine or
Oil,
something.
like
It's
a baby
fucking
otter.
horrible, but apparently cheap.
Yeah,
So.
I got the impression though that it is kind of like that, but there was a bit more respect given to Bucky from Scots. There was almost like a disgusting hatred and love for it. Like they respect it. It's like only Scottish people can take the piss out of it, but if you're a Southerner, you
Oil,
take the piss
like
out
a
of Bucky,
baby
go fuck
otter.
yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know, I've had Bucky before. It is rank.
Like, there's nothing Scottish people love doing more than slagging Scotland off. But if an Englishman even fucking tries that shit, it's too
Oil,
much. No,
like a
that's
baby
you're
otter.
getting fucking stabbed. Okay, just on
It's-
sight.
It's just absolutely disgusting. No, but I feel like if you're Scottish, you've got to be going for that. You know, you got that street cred to maintain.
Oil, like a baby
Well, I did see,
otter.
like, I don't know how much they want to play into stereotypes, but I did see one funny, silly nonsense placard at the Trump protest. You know, he's in Scotland at the minute.
Yeah.
And one of them was it Iron Brew is the only orange thing we like in Scotland.
Oil,
Which,
like a
like,
baby
okay,
otter.
it's a bit briefcase, but I'll take it.
Oh yeah, 100% like liberal orange face. But I think because they've invoked Iron Brew, I can see what they've done with that. You know.
Yeah, fair dues.
But also, isn't Coke, as in Coca-Cola, like the best-selling soft drink, apart from Scotland, where it's Iron Brew?
Is that true? I have no idea.
That is a tale I was told as a kid. Could be wrong. Do you know what I used to have? This is so fucking weird. At school, primary school, I had these plastic Iron Brew glasses where the lenses were covered with plastic and the logo, and there's just loads of holes in it.
Why?
I don't know. It was obviously like a product placement thing, or like a
Okay.
free thing you get with like, I don't know, a 4-pack of Iron Brew. It was just weird. Like you could see out of it because it had like holes everywhere, but it was all fully made of plastic, and then like, just the logo in front of it. I mean, I think I probably looked quite cool when I wore them at school.
God, you're a dweeb.
Yeah, I mean, me getting my head flushed down the toilet had nothing to do with that.
Yeah, no, that was just that was for other
That was
reasons.
just jokes. It was just an in joke with me and my mates. For the record, I've never had my fucking head flushed down the toilet.
No, all right, okay, you're very defensive on that. You mentioned Jean-Luc Picard. You mentioned Bowler Hat Man. We may be seeing something of him in the not too distant future. By which I mean today, because you know we're going to watch a video from him.
Oh, really? Cool. What's he been up to?
He made a video. Now I haven't seen it yet because I like to not pre-watch if I can. But I knew from the title it was going to be good. It's Corbyn's new party is already a train wreck.
Oh, perfect, yeah.
Which so you know it's going to be absolutely peak briefcase content, which makes it good to react to.
It's like these people who say, "Oh no, we're actually really left wing, but we just think we can change the Labour Party." And when like a left wing party comes across, it's like they've already decided their opinions on it. It's like, maybe you might not be left wing. Yeah, that'd be interesting to watch. I mean, the last I seen a bowler hat was the debate between him and Helena. Is he big with Labour Social and stuff, or is he just on his own?
He's been on with Labour Social. I think he was on during the election with them. I don't know if he does that regularly, but like, yeah, he's sort of reasonably big, I think, in those sort of circles.
Like, here's the thing for me: if you say, "Oh no, I like on policy, I'm actually quite left wing," then and you want to see a better world, then when you see things like, I would say fumbles, not a train wreck, but slight fumbles from this new party, right? Surely you wouldn't join in on the pylon, right? If you actually cared about these policies. And I think that there are many people out there, I feel like Super Tansy comes to my head, right? Where they'll say they support left-wing policies.
Well, to be fair, she has dropped out of the Labour Party, so I'll give her that.
Yeah, I mean, it's... Right. But I think there's a lot of people say, "Oh no, I support PR, I support taxes on the rich, all these sorts of things," and it's like, so I'm not a liberal. Stop calling me a liberal. I'm actually left wing. But for me, my definition of a liberal isn't necessarily saying I come out and support these policy positions. It's supporting it when it matters. So that's why I still to this day hold Jeremy Corbyn as a litmus test in the sense that, well, you know, we support PR, we support public ownership, and it's like, it's so easy to say these things, but so have the Guardian. But when it matters, when you need to support it, that's where you're not there. So it's like, I can't trust people. And again, I'm not saying that everyone needs to like treat this new party as a cult or anything, but I think when people like Bowler Hat Man, because I have seen debates with him and Helena, where he's like, no, like I agree with you a lot on policy. Actually, I find that very skeptical, because if that was the case, then surely at least you would try and make this party successful in a way, if you truly believe these policies.
Yeah.
To me, it's just kind of a grift. It's like, oh, I actually don't support these policies. I pretend I do, that I'm left wing, but actually I like where Labour is at the moment. Or...
I don't know that with him it's necessarily a grift. I think he's
not
just
saying necessarily him though.
I know that. Yeah, exactly. I think you're right. A lot of them are that way, but I think with him it's less of a grift and more that he's like sincerely in a kind of Stockholm syndrome relationship with the Labour Party.
What's with the knee-jerk reactions from these kinds of people who already sneer at a new Corbyn party? Like, don't get me wrong, everyone should have criticism, and I've criticised this new party for like having mishaps, right? We don't need to be like, oh my god, they're perfect in every way. But I'm also like, I want this party to be successful because it champions policies that we should support. So in my head, if I was Bowler Hat Man, I'd be like, do I really need to like pile in on them when they could be a force for policies I supposedly support? You know? Yeah,
he doesn't really need to do that. He's, like I say, I think he's just. I think a lot of them sort of realise that the game is up with Labour, but it's difficult to sort of release the emotional ties, which is cowardly. It's intellectually cowardly, but it's understandable, I suppose.
Yeah,
it's
but
just
I guess
gross.
I guess these sorts of people would naturally go to the Lib Dems and possibly Greens, but would prefer maybe Ellie Chowns over Zach Polansky. I mean,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're briefcases.
Attack Zach Polansky. That's the thing. This is what in a way confuses me, which is what, once again, when people say, oh, you stop calling everyone a liberal, and why are you calling certain people who say they agree with you on policy liberals? And I say again, it's not necessarily that they say they agree with policy. It's easy to say that. It's when it matters. I mean, like, many Labour politicians have said the same thing over the years. Like, oh no, we love what Jeremy Corbyn does. We wish we could do these things, but we can't. It's like, well, you can. You're a Labour politician. Like Jess Phillips said, I mean, even though she got the policies wrong, she's like, I'd nationalise everything. And it's like, well, first of all, that's not the left-wing position. But anyway, she was trying to say, oh, I like, in this utopian world, I'm really, really radical, but we can't. And it's like, the "but we can't" part is the most important bit. It's not that you can't, it's that you don't want to. Do you know what I mean? There are so many people who, like Briefcase Labour or centrist, centre-right Labour, who said that they agreed on his policies, but were worried that he was unelectable. And it was like, well, no, you don't think that. You just don't agree with the policies. Because if you did agree with the policies, you would do your best to win. You wouldn't siphon off funds to save seats rather than target seats.
Yeah, exactly. And look, it's even more egregious when they're literally, doing a genocide as well. Just on top of every policy that they have that's awful, they're also aiding and abetting genocide.
Well, exactly. I mean, that's when you see a lot of the journalists now who I think this is sort of
there's been a noticing. Yes.
Yeah, there's been a
yes.
noticing.
It's amazing what emaciated
really
skeletal children as images does for people. Yeah. If only you'd stopped it at any point before they started starving to death.
Yeah, I mean, Dahlia Gabriel had an interesting take, which was that I think, because you know how, like, when someone says, and this is actually a quote from The Dark Knight, when the Joker's like, oh, if we say a bunch of people are going to be killed, no one gives a fuck, but a little old man gets killed and everyone like loses their mind, because obviously, like, we're emotional beings.
Yeah.
We can put that picture in our head, like, that, who's that, the CEO from that healthcare. United Healthcare, something Thompson,
yeah,
murdered, right? And obviously, people in the media were appalled of what Luigi Mangione did, and it was like, well, like analytically, one's killed more than the other. But
Luigi didn't kill anyone. He was with me. He was playing poker with me at the time.
I mean, that was it. Sorry, someone that looks like him.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's like, we know who's killed loads through just signing some papers, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's social murder. Yeah. And
the point Dahlia was saying is, I wonder if like a lot of the noticing was the fact that we're seeing more and more images of malnourishment. That obviously that picture in front of the Express, and it's like the Daily Express, of all places,
mad
posting that image. And I was like, that probably is partly it, but then I also think, like, malnourishment wasn't a new thing. That's been going on for a long, long time.
True, but
malnourished for like 5 to 10 years, maybe longer.
Well, true, but like, I think there comes a point where like it's been dragging on for so long, and there's only so long they were going to be able to keep those images out of the Western press. And you can tell how scared Israel are, because they're trying to pretend they're opening these corridors and doing a pause and all this sort of stuff. I think they're genuinely scared about this. And long term, there's no doubt they're going to have to try and rush through the Zionist cause now, because in 20 years, the Zionist supporters will be dead. And the new generation who grew up with skeletal children as their image of what Israel's army and the government does are not going to support their tax money being used to prop up this nonsense. So they're going to have to try and arguably it'll get fucking worse before it gets better. Bizarrely.
Yeah. Well, we've seen obviously clampdown and protests within Israel. It's probably going to be likely that they're going to come down even harder on their own people through fear of the lack of support and that's when you're over, right? It's not just punishing your enemies; it's punishing from those within. That's when you've lost your power. But like the propaganda within Israeli society is still quite strong. I mean, we've both seen the polling data, which shows that currently, I mean, the opinions of your average Israeli when it comes to Palestine is pretty fucked up. Yeah. So I think they've got a lot of support from within for a long, long time. But I think going back to this whole sort of great noticing, it's like why, and if this is the case, by the way, whether it's from like seeing these images and a lot of people woken up from it, right? Why is that the case when those like us don't need to see images to say this is wrong? Like, just hearing about the facts that Palestine has been occupied for 80 years. Just hearing the sheer numbers of the collective punishment of Israel since the 7th of October. I mean, that alone was already told me it was wrong. And we are...
I don't know.
Amateur journalists or whatever we are compared to well-paid, well-connected people within the BBC, etc.
Well, that's, I mean, to be fair, that's part of the problem, is that so many of these journalists knew exactly what was happening and didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
They were actively in support of it, yeah.
Which is why the great noticing for me is most of it. My personal theory is they
How
cared
many
more
of the current
about their
politicians
jobs
would be against South
in
Africa
caring
in the
about what
party at the
happened
time?
what
I
happens
presume
in
Starmer would
Gaza
have
and
visited South
Palestine,
Africa
and
with
that they
his
sort of just
Ukrainian
swept
rent
it
boys to have a
aside,
good time.
and now they're worried how they're going to look in the future. So they're just starting to say, "Oh, maybe we could be sort of implicated for this," and it's like, "Go fuck yourself. It's too late now."
Yeah, I mean, pretty much, yeah. Hello there, Helena.
Hello.
Welcome everyone. It's good to see you, Curtis. Good to see you, Kev. Sorry again for the belated entry into the
Absolutely
stream.
no
I was playing
problem.
Magic all day.
Well, that's-
and yeah.
Well, that's absolutely fine. What I will say is I'm happy to wait for someone who was shouted out by Gary Economics.
Yeah, did you see that? That's sick.
I didn't see that.
Have you not seen?
What?
Oh my god, as if.
Get it back up.
Yeah, no, I got it. Yeah, it was in his latest thing.
this anymore.
Well, how fantastic.
Yeah. Hang on,
It's been a while
that's
since the old classic trio.
Yeah, it's old school.
It has been.
Yeah. Where are we?
On Twitter. I'm trying to convince Jordan Stevens, a member of Rizzlekicks, to start a YouTube channel. He's quite big on Insta. Navarro Media have always supported us. No Justice is another channel who she's also on Navarro Media. But there's tons. And just join the space. Jump in.
Well, there you go.
Do you send autographs in the post?
Well, clearly, I am big news because the world's best trader in 2011, who grew up poor, don't you remember? He recognizes me. If you're listening, Gary, I love you, but it is funny how many times you say both of those things.
It's a little bit. My dad was a tool maker.
Have you read his book though?
I haven't. No.
No, it's
I've not
actually
known.
it's really entertaining. Actually, it's definitely interesting. So I think a lot of people were kind of like, is he stretching it a little bit? For me, I just thought it was a really interesting story. I definitely recommend reading the book.
I don't. I mean, maybe if it's an audio book, I'm not much for a reader when it comes to like.
I think he might have
books,
recorded
so
it himself as well. I don't know. I
Fair
can't
enough.
get into audiobooks actually. I think for some reason I can concentrate more on reading. Is that a weird thing? Or...
That's not unreasonable.
I like a bit of. I like to have a paper book in my hand, and then if I'm out driving, because the radio is often shite, so I put on an audiobook.
Well, you're telling me that you haven't got some top-notch radio in Birmingham?
We haven't got fucking bin collections, mate. Not radio.
True.
We're trying to get into the 15th century, and
Yeah, but there's no excuse for radio DJs to go on strike unless it's in solidarity with bin.
Well, I hope so. I hope no one's crossing the invisible picket line between the solidarity between DJs and bin men.
DJs and bin workers. Maybe there should be. You're right. It'd be like the.
That would be the weirdest secondary
No,
picketing
it'd be
ever.
the modern version of of the miners and gay people. I mean, there should be a modern version of that, but it's
There
with
should.
DJs and bin workers.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I'm here
You know
for
who
it.
shouldn't? You know who shouldn't go on strike though? She should be striking, and it's Chloe Kelly.
Exactly. The only striking she does is the ball into the back of the fucking net. Let's go!
Literally. So true, so true.
Can we make her Prime Minister? Can we all just agree she's the only one that does anything good here in this entire country? It's just the women's football. Just replace the government with that squad of players. We'll be fine.
Yeah, we get Serena Viekman for Prime Minister.
Fuck it, yeah, absolutely. Why not? We've had a foreigner before. Boris Johnson wasn't born here either. Let's go.
I don't even know who they are, but I'd vote for them.
Serena Viekman is she Dutch or German? I don't know.
German.
German, yeah. A football manager of England.
Yeah, she gets my
Well,
vote.
we'll have a German head of parliament and a German head of state. There we go.
Hey! Ooh, 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 ooh.
Yeah.
Yes, Wiegman meet Saxe Coburg Gotha.
You know what's funny, right? You know what's funny is like I think basically every single one of the knockout games England did not deserve to win.
Oh no, it was ridiculous. But it's the first time ever where a team has overproduced from what it actually did. Like the results are better than the performances were.
I mean, results is all that matters, isn't it?
Well, exactly, basically, yeah. So many times England will do well and like lose on penalties, whereas now we were 2-0 down and won. Yeah, I thought you might have been anyway. We haven't had a Dutch head of state in years. It's been centuries now. And he slaughtered Irishmen, so there you go. What was I going to say? It doesn't matter. I was doing a silly joke. Talking of football, though, someone did send me a stupid clip from our favourite station, LB. So it's amazing.
Is it some footballification?
I mean, in a sense, I suppose it is. But no, it's amazing how like butthurt right wingers get about women's football for no reason.
Oh, this
fucking
guy.
remember Joey Barton getting mad about it. Joey
he's
Barton
gone on
getting
the
mad about having women as pundits.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a massive right-wing grift now, hasn't he? He's got a YouTube channel out there now, and it's proper like 2005 reactionary grift. He's like, at least be up to date with your grift. It's pretty pathetic.
Yeah.
You know, when people moan about SJWs, he gives me that vibe.
Is he doing that? Oh
Such a
no.
pathetic person. I don't think he's used the term SJWs, but when you watch it, it's that vibe. So get more up to date with your grift at least.
Yeah. Well, apparently Serena Wiegman was actually born in The Hague. So I know we have our current Prime Minister replace Serena Wiegman at The Hague.
Yeah.
And bingo.
One that should be in The Hague, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. There we go, you know.
Where everyone gets this, the whole country's behind the women's football. I don't watch it. I'm a massive football fan. I'm a Chelsea fan.
Imagine ringing in to be like, I haven't watched it. Why are you ringing in then? What? Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's lots of things you haven't watched. Why are you telling me this?
And says I'm a massive football fan, which is why I'm deliberately not watching the country that clearly I have an affinity with being champions of the world.
Yeah.
Because they were women. We can't be that much of a football fan then, can you?
Not really, no.
Can't watch women's football. End of. Those blokes who are football-minded are sick and tired of having women's football thrown down our throats.
How is it? It's like that's like saying men's football's thrown down your throats. You can take it or leave it. It just because it's on the telly, you either watch it or you don't. It's on the. You don't want to watch it. Fine, don't watch it.
And also,
why are you angry about this? It's really weird.
Most men don't think like that. Like most football fans are just like, oh yeah, sick. I'll get to watch more football. Great. Like
yeah, exactly.
People who love football, they just like there's more football to watch. That's all they care about, right? If it's about the game. But yeah, I've seen that. I've seen someone shared this fucking pathetic AI slop where it had the lineup, but they were actually doing the ironing and stuff, and it's from like an account with like a massive like England flag in the profile photo. And it's
patriotic. Yeah.
Look at you, how patriotic you are, and then like the Lionesses are in the final, and you're taking the piss out of them. Not very patriotic of you, is it?
Indeed so. Thank you for my music with 5 memberships on the YouTube.
And also, like, on the subject of having it, shoved down people's throats, right? Like, you literally cannot escape men's football. It doesn't matter what part of the country you live in, what you do, the social circles that you go in, right? Men's football is literally everywhere. It is inescapable.
Did you see the game last night?
Not just the country, the world. You go to any country and you'll find somewhere with a Premier League top on. Like amount of times I've had conversations with, like, I'll go to a bar in Greece and I'll speak to the barman, and they always guess like, oh, what football teams do you support, right? And they're like, oh, I'm Manchester United. Like, it's fucking global.
Yeah, the first thing I hear every time I say I'm from Nottingham, they immediately say, oh, so you're Nottingham Forest, yeah? Like, every time. Literally every single time. Like,
it would be niche as fuck if they said Notts County.
Oh my god! Imagine if they asked me.
I'd respect the knowledge.
County or Forest, yeah.
Yeah.
I know. One time I said Notts Forest, and I nearly died. Like, I was, not good. Not a good thing to say.
No. Unless it's 1981, in which case they were good. Just saying. Actually, they're pretty good now. Anyway.
I don't want to do
Thank you to Suzzle Snake with Bitty Bits, and thank you to Vicky Clue, who says Kev is ignoring super chats. Is he? What did I do? Oh, sorry, you did. Vicky did ask. Sorry, going back to the cricket convo, Curtis. Do you know either the Annex or the Sportsman near the county ground in Bristol?
No. Sorry, I feel like it's a really disappointing answer, but no. But let me Google this then. Annex near what? Cricket, Bristol.
The Annex or the Sportsman near the county ground in Bristol?
County.
Which I presume are bars near the cricket ground. Apologies, Vicky. I am trying to talk to two different people and not like have my OBS destroyed. But I do appreciate the money. I just don't appreciate having to do anything for it.
I mean, God, it looks like in the middle of nowhere. I need like.
I don't think it's that important. You didn't know anyway, so it's fine.
No, I just interested because someone points out somewhere in Bristol. I want to try and find if I know what the area, but unfortunately I don't. It has been a few years since I've been there, to be honest. It's big though, so it's a big city.
It's not that big.
Well, fairly big, you know.
It's sizable enough, I suppose.
It's not about the size, to be fair though.
No, that's true.
Well, you do it on the telly. There's always women.
I just came across my Twitter feed, just looked at this. Turns out this is the 80-year anniversary to the day of the Attlee administration.
Oh. I'm going to celebrate it with...
What was more important?
A third of the economy.
That or winning the football? Which one will have the longest? Yeah.
I suppose winning the football is here and now, isn't it?
Well, the NHS is going away, but the European Championship win is forever.
Yeah. Was Chloe Kelly a cabinet minister in the Attlee administration? I think not.
Exactly. But she will be in her own administration. So.
That's true. That's true.
Joey Barton guilty of kicking wife in the head.
Again, all of these all of these people who fancy themselves as being the defenders of women, taking on the asylum seekers. Weird how all of them, and by all of them, I mean 40%. There was literally a study done on that the Guardian quoted as saying that 40% of people who were arrested at last year's riots.
Well,
which I think the police are just aggravated that they equalised on the 40% domestic violence rate. Which is, look, no one likes a draw, do they? It's 2 points dropped at the end of the day.
Oh, incredible.
Mathematics and football jokes in one. Fucking yes.
Shit.
Anyway, so yeah, no, he kicked his wife in the head. Lovely stuff. I'm so glad they're protecting us from the degeneracy. It's lovely.
Is that known as doing a McMurdoch, or is that doing a Barton? Given that they both did it.
Well, I think just because it would annoy them, we should hyphenate the name as if they're married. The Barton McMurdoch.
I love that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like so many people, particularly in America, where they're like, "I'm so against like paedophiles and stuff." Like, they're like the loudest voices in the room of it, and then you like.
Well, interestingly,
and they do it. They themselves are one. It's almost like they're over.
Lauren Boebert
or something, you know.
Everyone's favourite representative, Lauren Boebert. Her son got convicted on misdemeanor child abuse charges this week, so that's.
That is often, it's not surprising that members of the Republican administration do such a thing, given that they have just commuted the sentence of the biggest sex trafficker of all time.
Yep.
Wait, what? Maxwell?
Well, oh no, I think they threatened to. I don't know.
Yeah, I thought that was only theories.
I saw a post in one of the politics group chats, man, that she had her sentence commuted already.
Really?
They'd given her a pardon.
I don't.
No, apparently not. Apparently not. No. I mean, how could he? He's in fucking Scotland.
Yeah, I mean, the theory though is that like obviously he's going to try and pardon her, so then she'll be like, "Oh, he wasn't in the Epstein files, wasn't there?" Which is just fucking maddening. You know, one of the most disgusting human beings. They want to pardon her. Yeah, but like, that shocked me. I was like, wait, I didn't hear about this.
Yeah. Well, basically, as soon as she gets pardoned, she'll just be like that bit like where Smithers is standing behind with the gun. Going, sorry, the Clintons and the Obamas.
Thank you, James Holmes, who says, for the record, cricket should be ignored. Terrible.
Yeah, at least there's someone sensible in the chat.
And I'm just going to say, you should fucking be ignored, James, you prick.
Hey, he's one of our regular viewers. You leave
Well,
him out of it.
exactly. Ignore him then, dickhead. Anyway, we are 17 seconds into a 1 minute video. For the love of God.
Listen, I've got nothing against women's football, but give them their own channel. With their own commentators and everything. But they
Give them their own. What you want? A dedicated women's football channel instead? How would that be better for you?
And surely then they'll just claim that that's more woke because like they get their own channel now, it's shoved down our throats. Like
Yeah. So you'd rather the BBC spend extra money setting up a specific women's football channel, even though most of the time there isn't football being played.
Also, it's funny, like how he somehow thinks that Sky Sports as an entity. Well, this is all fucking terrestrial anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like, oh well, we can show. Well, the BBC is specifically the men's sports channel. That's it. The only men's sports on the BBC.
What do I feel like?
Does he object to Serena Williams being broadcast on BBC Two, at Wimbledon?
Yeah, I'll tell you what. If women's tennis had like grown in popularity today, he would be. It's only because it already exists. What I feel like this man, right, would probably is moaned about like gender segregation in mosques. Yet here he is calling for gender segregation on sports channels.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, you need women's only spaces. Okay. Sex segregation in broadcasting. Terrestrial turf is no.
Because they want to watch it.
If you're so patriotic, why wouldn't you be cheering on the Lionesses?
Because I can't stand women's football.
But why?
It's been thrown down our throats.
But what do you mean can't stand? I mean, I can understand reservations about it not being as quick as the men's game, for example. But the idea that you can't stand it, I don't get that.
No, it's totally different to men's football. Listen, a decent Sunday men's football team would beat the women's football team.
Who cares?
I mean, firstly, no, they wouldn't.
They wouldn't.
Just on fitness, no, they wouldn't. Yeah. But secondly, who gives a fuck? Yeah, who cares? Look, they have that gender separation on the sex separation, whatever, on the basis of there are differences.
Also,
right?
The standard,
and that's fine. Yeah.
The standard of women's football has dramatically increased because there's been more people involved. There's been more investment and stuff. Like this is great. Like
yeah, it's professional. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the problem is because there's so little money in it, because dickheads like this exist, so there's no market to be able to sell it to many people, right? Lots of the money goes in as a upfront to try and get this stuff. Whereas obviously it makes sense in the UK and in Spain and in Germany, where not only is there an appetite for the actual sport itself, a lot more so in other countries, there is also the money coming from their gigantic mainstream leagues to be able to put into having the infrastructure there, not just to be able to broadcast and play the games, but also to be there to do the training, to do the coaching, to do the scouting, to actually put in the infrastructure that's necessary. And the problem with women's football, especially on an international level, is that there's only so few countries that have the money and the structure for this.
Yeah. No, that's
which is
fair.
why, like,
although to be fair, that's basically true of men's sport as well. It's just there are more, if that makes sense. But like the Kenyan women's football team are probably not that worse off than the Kenyan men's team in terms of infrastructure and being able to compete on the world stage. It's only really mostly European nations and then countries like maybe Brazil and America and Canada that can really afford it.
Yeah, like wealthier nations which has got more attention to women's sports, they're obviously better. I think obviously like years ago a lot of people saying women are just naturally inferior at football, but it's like, well, that's not the case though, because even all throughout school you were more expected as a woman to play, or a girl to play like netball or something, and there wasn't many classes or like football teams for girls. So like, given that there's more of it now, they've already improved so much.
Well, ultimately, this comes down to, with these fucking angry right-wing twats, that they see football as a men's domain.
Yeah.
And by and large, it still basically is, in the sense that you do get increased numbers of women at the game, but it's still like 95% men that attend the game. Certainly from my experience, that's the case. And so they see that changing. However slowly, however glacially slowly, they see that changing, and they see their bastion of manhood, which is kind of pathetic in a sense, if that's what you rely on for your manhood.
I really don't know how this is so like pushed down your throats. Like it's not it's not
not.
everywhere, right?
It's really not. Like
really not. But I
it's-
think that's the case with these people. It's like they see one little thing that doesn't sort of align with what they see the world as, and it's suddenly like everywhere.
You know, actually, you know what it reminds me of? You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of all of the gamers, literally tens of thousands, 20,000 likes or whatever it was, of having a fucking meltdown over a Sabrina Carpenter skin in Fortnite.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh my God.
just don't buy the skin. If you don't want it, you don't have to do it.
Talking of
It's
skins,
super simple.
Did you see they've released Fantastic Four skins?
Hey.
That's literally true, by the way. They actually have.
Oi, that was
Incredible.
out there.
Yeah.
Oh wait, because didn't they advertise it and they didn't realise how it came out? Like they literally said we've released Fantastic Four skins, and people were like,
It's a real kind of Susan album party moment.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
Or who remembers? Yeah.
Well, it wasn't who remembers. Just like that was a meme, but there was an actual hashtag put out by the Susan Boyle management.
Yeah.
Which called Sue's anal bum party.
Lovely.
Not just any kind of bum party, an anal bum party.
That's the best kind of bum party.
They must have known. They must have known.
Yeah. Anyway, what was it? Oh, I totally forgot what I was going to say. It hardly matters.
Words.
It's back to the days on, and a woman commentator, I turn it off. I can't listen to that voice. I can't. Give them their own
Dude,
channel.
they hate. Why this? Well, I presume he's straight. I don't know. Why do they hate women so much? And it really is hatred.
It really is,
isn't it?
honestly.
Yeah. You
Like,
can't even
yeah, like-
stand to hear a woman's voice. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I was just turning on TMS, hearing Alison Mitchell, and just fucking vomiting uncontrollably.
True.
Like Alison Mitchell's been commenting on like TMS for decades.
Yeah, yeah. It's oh god. Look, it's so pathetic. It really is.
Also, thank you for the £2, Vicky. Apparently, it might be a parody caller because it sounds apparently similar to. Have you ever seen the TikToks from Colin from Portsmouth?
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, but the point about that is that's a take on these kinds of people. So are we putting the cart before the horse in thinking that this is a parody when that is actually the parody of this kind of person?
I mean, as in someone thinks that this might be the person who does the Colin from Portsmouth ones.
I don't think he would though, because I think like he wouldn't want to.
Well, let's finish off.
Yeah.
Vicky just posted the link to the Colin from Portsmouth in the super chat, so I feel obliged.
Okay.
What do you mean you can't stand their voice? But all women?
Yeah, I can't. They shouldn't be in the men's game. End of.
Are you married? Are you married to a woman, Graham?
Yeah, I am. She feels the same.
What? She doesn't like any women's voice?
No, not on the football.
Not on the football. I don't know. That sounded way more cockney than the guy, the what do you call it from Portsmouth?
Maybe it's a psyops.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, yes. So, I sort of trailed this, I think, with Curtis before you came on. No Justice, but an old friend of the channel, Bowler Hatman.
Oh, really?
Has piped up with
has he?
a video entitled "Corbyn's new party is already a train wreck."
I mean, it's not been a great start in terms of the comms and things like that, but you know. Was it 400,000 people have signed up to the mailing list?
It's just hit 500,000 now, so it's 500,000, and I wouldn't describe it as a train wreck. If I'm honest, I'd say it's.
I think it has been a train wreck. I really don't think it's been very well. I don't think it's been a very well directed.
I just don't. I don't think it's that big of a deal because people.
Of course it's not. No. This is. Yeah, you're right. You're right to say that it's not a big deal because it isn't a big deal. You know, most people don't care. They just want something to. To they want some alternative. You know, they want to bring the hope back, and that's what I think people are feeling. But that doesn't make it not a mess because it has been a mess.
My worry is will this just be those two isolated instances, or is it going to keep on happening? If it does keep on happening, yeah, that is a fucking train wreck.
Thank you, Jack Miller, for the 20 gifted. Appreciate you.
The Jack Miller.
The Jack Miller.
Jack Miller.
All I'll say is you'd expect more order from Hitler. He's usually a lot stricter, but you know.
I love it that you have to whenever you're on turn left, and then Jeremy Corbyn comes up at the end. You have to mute yourself on the stream on turn left because you're like, Hitler, it's Hitler.
I did genuinely once shout Zig Heil very loudly,
Oh,
and I'm almost certain the neighbours outside heard. Which is
it's become a ritual where I'm expecting you to say it, and I can see your mouth move, and I know exactly what you're saying, even though you're muted.
well, I've taken to doing a song now. It's up the game. I do
Really?
Adolf Hitler to the tune of No Limit for like 20 full seconds.
Oh, fuck it.
Yeah.
I feel like, though, that you say it so much that people are going to be like, fuck me, this guy really hates Corbyn so much.
Well, I genuinely on the No Justice's thing on Twitter, which he said, "What should they call the new party?" And I just said the National Socialist British Workers' Party. Why not? Fuck it. It's the you either get the joke or you don't. I don't fucking care.
I tell you what, they're gonna.
So then the National Anti-Zionism Institution.
Yes.
Did you see? I can't remember who it was. Was it someone who wrote for the Jewish Chronicle who used that used the letters? I don't know if it was specifically called that what you said, but it was Nazi. But like obviously we're joking. He was being fucking serious. He was literally calling this new party the Nazi Party. It's just like Jesus Christ.
Oh, well done on
I
getting
quite
sued.
like Jezblad, to be honest. I thought that was
Jezblad.
I thought that was actually quite a funny name, you know. Like 'cause in right-wing circles, like, oh, it's the Fruit and Nut Party. It's like, oh, don't be a fucking briefcase about it. Like some people call it Jezblad. I'm like, at least have some good game. That's funny.
Call it Palestine Actions.
Call it Yvette Cooper.
Technically, it's different, so it's call it Yvette Cooper. Yes.
I want to see her prescribe herself.
Oh, I love it. So, hello there, everyone from my left eye. Go and follow the people that I'm currently with, which is No Justice MTG, and Curtis from not from Turning Point Left. That's not the fucking name of the channel, Kev. Don't do the joke when you're trying to actually fucking tell people. From Turn Left.
Mate, you're aiding the betting Turning Point Left UK or Turning Point UK. They're getting shitloads of subs.
Yeah.
They're getting shitloads of subs because of you.
So call the new party Turning Left UK.
Fuck yes. Actually, that kind of works. Actually, yeah.
I'll sue him.
I'll sue.
My fucking name.
Fuck yes.
Solidarity goes out the window when you start nicking my brand. You know.
Exactly. It's all about the merch.
Yeah, exactly.
Cut him and he bleeds merch.
Can't wait until the new merch drops.
Thank you, Katie Marshall, who says, when I was younger, I used to do football commentary under the name Mad Cat Commentary. I miss Google Plus so much. Well, thank you. I didn't know you did any of that. That's weird, but thank you. Actually, it's not weird. It's just a thing. Whatever.
Bit harsh, isn't it?
A bit harsh, but unnecessary, really. But everyone go and follow Mad Cat Scotty Eye / Katie Marshall on the various places. Anyway, briefcase time.
And so a new party has been launched, but not quite. And it's called Your Party, but apparently it's not called Your Party because they haven't come up with the name yet. And, well, it's all been a bit of a mess, quite frankly. I have a go.
Although what I will say,
lot, and I'm
people keep saying, "Oh, well, they said it was Your Party," but then they're saying that it's not. Well, no, they didn't say that it was called Your Party. They made a fucking web domain, and people thought, "What? This must be the name of the party then?" No. They at no point did they say. At no point did they say, "This is the name of the party." They just didn't.
I mean, they could have been clearer, but yeah, it's wrong to say, well, they said it's called Your Party, and now it's not. Like that, you're right, it's incorrect, but I think people are confused because obviously it had Your Party plastered over the website. To be fair, I don't know about other people, though. I never took that as the name.
No. At no point did I think that was the name.
Yeah,
at no point.
Apparently a lot of people did.
Yeah.
Some people that turned left thought it was that as well.
Yeah. Thank you, James, who says, where's the bowler hat? ? False advertising. True. Actually, has he ever worn a bowler hat? I've never seen
I've
him
never
do
seen
it.
him wearing one.
No.
Well, so it should be called not bowler.
What a bullshitter.
I can't trust anything he says now.
Exactly.
That's it.
I'm sure you've seen us before a lot in on the Politics Social, having a go at the comms on Labour's side of stuff. But I have to say, for a lot.
Oh yeah, and everyone go and follow My Left Eye as well. I forgot to even say that bit. I'm fucking shit at this.
Launch of like a brand new political party that does not even exist. This seems incredibly rushed. And this goes back to just a couple of weeks ago, where I think it was it a Pony Club video we did about this? I can't remember now, but yeah, it was a couple of weeks ago, and this all came down.
Hang on a minute. He pre-records these. If you can't remember, pause, look it up.
Yeah.
And what?
Hey, it's not like. I know it's not live stream, but does he not just do it in one take and uploads it?
I mean,
I guess
yeah,
so, but like, that's kind of lazy. Yeah.
But it's lazy. Yeah, you should go.
Just edit. You just need to make one cut and be like, oh, there's the information that I needed.
Also, it's look, he's wrong about the rushing bit. Like, what I do, there's certain things I know.
What is a rush? Are they rushing to get the party up and running and get people signed up before the Green Party leadership election?
Well,
it's so obvious.
From what I know is that this is. I'm not allowed to say. Look, to be honest, I'm not allowed to say certain things, but it's been years in the making. I can say that. Certain things have fucked up during the process of it, but this is not like shit, we need to get a new party together. Obviously the announcement has been really strange timing, but a lot of us have been saying, why haven't they started this party years ago, like before the general election? And that was a question I was asking, and actually this has been a years long project.
True, but like this needed to hit the ground running as soon as the election was done.
When there was local elections,
yeah,
right?
exactly, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, if they'd have contested the local elections, we wouldn't have. I mean, potentially, this rise in reform might have been kind of not as big as it was.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But don't worry, everyone. The Labour Party are definitely moving to the left. It's just that they've hired the former editor of The Sun as the new comms department leader.
Plaster that shit all over Liverpool at the conference. Get them fucking chased out.
Yeah.
So not only will he actually write for The Sun, he'll employ their former editors as well. So that's super cool. But no, the thing we need to focus on is slightly rushed thing with your party thing.
They'll listen to Bowler Hat Man at that conference though, and they're going to implement PR.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Jeez, it's the most progressive parliament ever.
Yeah. Progressing us towards the edge of the cliff, yes.
Because apparently a lot of people from Zara Sultana's side pushing for this party to happen, but wanting Corbyn to be involved, but he sort of didn't, but yet wanted to be involved and wasn't ready himself. Honestly,
to be fair, he was too busy fucking your mum. All right, he gets round to it when he gets round to it.
Oh shit!
Doesn't look very good, quite frankly. It just seems...
There's a reason one of us gets shouted at by Gary Economics and one doesn't.
Not because of that though.
Well, yeah, it's for the general quality of content.
I mean, no, Jake, to be fair though, like, I get it. We can all like take the piss out of this like launch whatever, but like, I making a, how long was that? A 13-minute video on it is really like suspect. Do you not think?
It's a bit much.
It is a bit much.
Yeah.
What's content in here?
No,
yeah, I guess.
Yeah, it's content.
Well, to be a mess generally, but anyway, let's go over and see what this initial statement from your party, but it's not called your party, it's called
Jezebel.
Something else, but for now it's just called your party.
It's not called your party at all.
And
Yeah,
it
it's not.
never was.
No, it's
Right.
I mean, it's just it's a sort of bit. It's like saying this isn't our party, it's your party. Come on in, and then they'll decide what the fucking party's called.
What if they fucking like? Because like, this is what I think is crazy, that they're actually gonna like democratically decide the party name, which I don't think is a good idea. But like, that apparently is gonna happen from a shortlist. Imagine if your party wins the vote.
For the meme, they should call it the People's Front of Judea. They should.
They should. You should be head of comms, I reckon.
I should. That's also true.
The logo
Right.
should be your face.
That's weird. You're making it weird.
Before we do, of course, continue on, as always, please always do remember to click the like, share, and of course, subscribe button as well. And of course, to ring the bell as well so you get notifications when we drop a new video. And of course, as well, links down below. The Patreon page, the Buy Me Coffee link, the YouTube thank you button. And of course, as always, there's the YouTube membership button down below as well. So thank you very much to everyone who does help and support the channel that way. So let's crack on then into this. Because, yeah.
Don't say crack, Jez.
Something tells me this has a potential to go quite wrong. And from everything we've seen, everything we've talked about going on behind the scenes.
Well, okay, it has the potential to go wrong, but also I'll just say that without a policy, any formal structure, any official members, or even a name, they're almost equaling you in polling. So, like, it has the potential to go badly, it has the potential to go spectacularly well, and to destroy the Labour Party forever.
Because I think that if this was like a fully fledged party, and this is how it was announced, it will be incredibly embarrassing. But all they've really said is, we're setting up a party and we want people to help shape it and get involved. So it's like, it's such a non-issue to me, you know.
Yeah,
if this was the comms when they said we've got this party, these are our policies, and then it sort of went away like this, then yeah, it'd be pretty bad. But it's just like, hey, look, guys, we want you to help shape this party, and then they've got 500,000 people sign up.
So
like,
would you say then it's not an issue?
It's not an issue.
It's not an issue.
It's not an issue.
No,
yeah. Is that a
Honestly,
soundbite you've got as well?
Is that what, sorry?
You've got that as a soundbite?
I don't think I have, no, unfortunately.
I do need that on the sound. I need to see if you need that.
It is good. It is good. A majority. No, there's no way they get a majority. Certainly nowhere near the future. But in terms of being a major force on the left, there's no doubt that's the case. They're taking votes from the Greens and Labour Party enormously, to the point where they're on like 10 to 12%. And again, they don't even have a fucking name, and they're on 10%. 1 in 10 people. That's pretty impressive, actually.
I think they can overtake Labour.
That's what I mean.
Did you see the polls for the 18 to 24s? Right, they're in first place. And
yeah, they're literally in first place. Yeah.
Well, have they polled under 18s yet? Because obviously the policy in terms of reducing the votes to 16 and 17-year-olds, haven't they done that? And JC's ahead as well, because people were saying, like, oh, maybe they're gonna rethink this fucking
possibly,
policy.
but I'd be sceptical about any polling of under 18s.
Yeah, I suppose it wouldn't be robust, would it?
Just on the basis that it's the first time it's ever really happened, and so on a nationwide basis. So I'm not sure how. Yeah, but like, I think you can get a rough estimate, and it's not that important anyway, in the sense that it's like a relatively small cohort to begin with. So, you know, but either way, they're on a significant percentage of the population already.
What I will say is that the ethnic demographics of the 16 to 18 group is much more skewed in terms of the level to which that there are more Asians in that grouping.
Are you saying white people have been replaced?
I'm saying the white people aren't fucking enough. It's their own fault.
Apart from Jeremy Corbyn, he's keeping the average up.
Can't resist that man, can we?
He's pure sex. You know this.
And then so that means that they're probably more likely to vote for Corbyn as well, because you know what the thing is, which is much more likely to make you vote for Corbyn if you're a Muslim, as we've seen.
Would it be the little bit of genocide that might be going on?
Well, exactly. Yeah, 100%. The salience of Gaza is very heavy in that cohort.
Seems to be a bit of a powder keg, and like one little spark, and this could all go a bit Pete Tong, as they say. So let's go on into this. So this is the statement. It is time for a new kind of political party, one that belongs to you. The system is rigged. Rigged how exactly?
Aren't you supposed to be? You belong to a democratic socialist party, Oliver, right? You're literally a member of a socialist. You know that the rigging of democracy is in favour of capital. If you're a socialist, it's almost like he isn't actually one.
No, exactly. And this is where I say someone like Bowler Hatman is a complete liberal, because like the very basics of not even socialism but social democracy is to know that the economy is rigged in favour of the few, and like you have social democratic policies that redistribute wealth, like to sit there and go like, the system's rigged. How? Like, how are you even remotely centre left if you have that thought pattern?
The system is perfect and awesome. Don't
Exactly.
don't antagonise the system. It's brilliant.
What exactly do you want to change then? He's saying, oh, we need to change the Labour Party to be more progressive. Well, why if you don't even think the system's rigged? That is a really telling thing to say. Wow.
Look at that piece of tongue action, though.
So that tongue is rigged?
It is rigged.
That makes no sense whatsoever.
It's rigged for your pleasure.
Wow. Thank you. That image.
It's a bit of a big statement to say the system is rigged. Rigged in what way? How exactly is it rigged?
Right-wing enterprises, right-wing arseholes own all of the media.
Rigged
That's one. That's one.
And all of the things.
Yeah, they own all of the things that then are able to buy all of the political parties.
They own the media to tell people who they should be voting for and who you should be angry at. Is that
We
not
literally
rigging?
have an open fifth column acting on behalf of a foreign state that basically dictates foreign policy.
Literally.
Like, the system is incredibly rigged in any number of ways.
But it's not an issue.
But it's not an issue. No, it's not. It's not.
Rigged in these ways. So the system is rigged, where 4.5 million children live in poverty in the 6th richest country in the world. And again, big indictment on on our country. That is true. But which party?
Is that getting better or worse under the Labour Party?
Has he ever spoken out against Labour's policy in the two-child benefit cap? Or is he still working on changing the Labour Party from within?
He's bringing them over to the left.
Of course, yeah.
Yep,
But he's bringing over people to support the two-child benefit cap, you mean?
Probably, yes.
I don't know how you can sit here and say, rigged by who? And then says, okay, 4.5 million children in poverty, that's true. Then do you not think the economy is rigged and skewered towards those at the top and not for everyone since poverty exists? Is that not... Am I being stupid, or is that not just a very simple point that everyone kind of grasps?
You'd think everyone would grasp that.
Well, yeah, true.
But,
The last time was it in almost eradicated child poverty.
Yeah, the last time. What have you done for me lately?
And also, they didn't eradicate it completely, so there's more work to be done, I guess.
And, like, regardless of whether you want to take, like, say, oh, it's the Tories that are the real problem, there are simple things you could have done that would have helped alleviate it enormously and have refused steadfastly. In fact, literally banned people from your party who were elected by the people because they voted for that policy.
Well, I suppose reducing poverty is grown-up politics. Eradicating poverty is student politics. So...
True. Only fleas would want to get rid of poverty.
Exactly.
Literally, oh my God, just the amount of people that we've seen since the launch of the new party having a full-on meltdown, having a full-on like temper tantrum over the fact that the left just are splitting from you're splitting the left vote, you're splitting. I'm like, he told us to fuck off.
Yeah, he said,
right?
if you don't like the changes we've made, the door is open and you can leave. And then we left and they went, where are you going?
No, they're not. We left, as you say, after they all said that the door is open, you can leave, right? That's great. More of these people leaving is us shaking off the fleas. Direct quote from an internal Labour Party right-wing member. And now they're going, oh no, all the fleas aren't voting for us anymore. The fleas are letting Reform UK win the election.
Fleas are reform enablers.
And the thing is, a lot of them who are sneering at it, right, and making jokes, it's so obvious that they're shitting themselves because they're taking a huge dent into the Labour vote share, which, again, when people make the argument that, this new party is enabling reform, well, I think Labour's enabling reform because when you don't even put this JC party in the polls, they're like 20%, they're like 15% below reform. But I think that obviously at the moment it makes it even harder for Labour to defeat reform, which is their fault, by the way. So a lot of these people smearing this party, they're just fucking shit themselves.
Yeah. Look, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so look,
the Labour Party, the Labour Party have enabled reform with virtually every policy they've initiated so far. They've created the perfect breeding ground for this.
And then when, on immigration reform, by the way, you're absolutely right. And then people are going to go, I really like Reform and their policies, and when Labour say Reform are absolutely right, that means I'm going to vote Labour. No, they're going to be like,
what do you
Reform
mean?
won the argument.
People say Keir Starmer has enabled the far right. All he did was a cheeky bit of fucking Enoch Powell posting. What's wrong with that? Who could possibly have seen this coming?
So that was an accident, okay? We accidentally quoted Enoch Powell.
Twice. Twice.
Literally, there's a fucking with Nell and I moment, right?
Yeah, he's unbelievable. He's unbelievable. Fucking hell. But no, we're the enablers, clearly.
I miss when we
like he tried to claim in the article where he said that he accidentally quoted Enoch Powell. He said, "I didn't know that Enoch Powell had said in Island of Strangers, you have been a political activist for 40 years, Keith. 40 years of your life you've been a political activist. 40 years. You have been part of the Socialist Law Association as a young adult. You have been the director of public prosecutions. You've been an MP for a decade. No one believes you.
It's also
no one believes you.
You know the one thing he didn't say in that speech, though?
He wouldn't have written the speech himself. Political advisors who know absolutely everything on these things. Like it's so meticulous, and it's so specific. Like they deliberately did that. Like, there's no one who would have written a political speech and not known about the Rivers of Blood. No one would have done that.
Well, interesting. You know the one phrase he doesn't use in the Rivers of Blood?
What?
Rivers of Blood. He never actually says that phrase. He says, I see the Tiber before me foaming with blood, which is a direct quote. It's a biblical analogy from the plagues of Egypt, is the phrase he's using. But he never actually says the phrase Rivers of Blood, ever.
Kev.
Yes.
You know, it's got a pop-up saying your call ends in 15 minutes.
It shouldn't do. I extended the fucking call.
Okay, well. If free group calls have a limit of 1 hour, cheaping out on us.
No, I tried to pay £8 to fucking extend the thing. And it won't let me for some fucking reason. Am I that poor? Will you not take my money, Google? Verify it's you. Click on the continue button. Continued. Right. Now what? Request failed. I'll suck my dick. We'll have to start a new one then. I don't know why. Maybe I am that poor. I don't know.
Actually, you're right, David. Thank you for the super chat. It is always projection from the Labour right. They literally, they are always at fault for the things they accuse others of. It's so true.
Yeah. The system, of course, is rigged. When giant corporations make a fortune now from rising bills, the system is rigged when this government says there is no money for the poor but billions for war.
You know he's going to say something like that.
While that is, again, a big problem, it is something that you would have to struggle with, because you go to war with the army that you have. If you end up in a war, you can't just say, okay, well, now we need all these systems or anything like that. We can't ignore, of course, what has been going on in the East. We can't ignore the fact that, as many of us have said multiple times before, what's Vladimir Putin going to do with that big army once he's finished in Ukraine?
What
big army? What big army?
Also, well, you can say, firstly, all of his army are dead. Like, they're literally in the ground at this point. And secondly, are you literally just openly saying, we could solve the problem of poverty, but war! We need to do the war!
I'm actually trying to decipher what he was... He didn't really make a point there. He just said words. Like, he was just like, yeah, but war happens. Like, where's the point? I mean, look...
Well, I think, to kind of tease apart what's being said here, right, is that obviously in any country there'll be competing interests in terms of public spending, and the thing he's saying here is, well, what is the point in feeding the poor if you can't defend yourself when you get attacked and all the poor people die anyway? Well, then obviously the corollary to that is, well, if everyone is already fucking poor in this country sucks, what the hell are we even defending anymore?
Yeah. I mean, if that's the point he's making, what is the point of even being in politics?
Yeah.
What is the point of saying I want to change things for the better? If you say, well, potentially, and I've imagined up a scenario in my head where everyone dies, so there's no point doing anything about it.
Basically, we're going to end up with 1,000 nuclear submarines defending an island of shit.
And also, I hate that national security is seen through the lens of like spending money on weapons, but I think also national security is our health service. I mean, isn't it a security threat if you could die from healthcare or you?
No, that's woke.
It's woke.
It's woke.
Yeah. The thing is though, like, when Keir Starmer announces that he can't get rid of the two-child benefit cap because it costs £3 billion and then got £3 billion, and then says, "But we're going to give £3 billion a year to Ukraine indefinitely."
Not even just indefinitely. We signed a 100-year agreement.
A 100-year agreement, but even before that, he just said indefinite.
So your great grandkids will be paying for that shit. What the fuck?
Thank God children are in poverty, so we know we can secure Ukraine in 100 years' time. Even though we don't even know what states are going to look like in 100 years' time. But to me, it's not even about like criticizing giving aid to Ukraine. It's the point is like that's exactly what this statement is saying. We always have money for war rather than poor, and it's not saying you should never have an army or spend money on the military. It's literally saying, well, the emergency money suddenly finds itself into the way of military budgets. But when we say, okay, let's do the same for child poverty, it's like, ooh, I don't know how we're going to find the money. But you don't justify how you spend any money on military, even if you support increasing funding for Ukraine, right? Even if you support that, I think it's a very simple point to make by saying, well, you haven't told us where the money's going to come from for funding Ukraine, but you can tell us how you're not going to end the two-child benefit cap.
Yeah,
it's such an obvious point.
Indeed. Thank you, Wolfpet, with £10, which is very generous. It says to pay to get the blah 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 blah. Much love. Thank you, but I mean, I wasn't literally saying I don't have the money. I was just suggesting it won't go through for some reason. But I appreciate the donation nonetheless. Much love. Don't forget to give money to both Curtis and to No Justice as well, because they are awesome. In fact, much more awesomer than me.
Oh, stop it.
Yeah.
I've never ruined Marla Granopoulos' career, so got one over on me.
That is true. But you did get mentioned by Gary, so like you're basically like famous now.
Gonna disband it. He's gonna likely use it somewhere else. And if you've seen some of the stuff developing over,
pause one second. That's a great point from the super chat from David. The liberal welfare state was introduced because not enough men were fit for military service. Can't have an army if everyone is malnourished. It's very true.
That's literally, by the way, why they instituted many of the poor reforms. Because they realised during the Napoleonic War that there were too many people who were too emaciated to even be in an army. They'd raised a nation of like Hogarthian skinny wretches that couldn't possibly serve. So they decided if we feed them, they'll grow past 5'2" for a start, which would be good, and they'll actually be strong enough to carry weapons.
It feels like there's some kind of historical revisionism going on from liberals, which is that like the social democratic state is like somehow really left wing when it was just liberal compromise. Like that's a great point by saying, well, you need healthy people to fight in the army. That's why we have healthcare. But also, FDR brought in social security. He wanted to bring in universal healthcare. He brought in all these reforms because he was worried about the rise of communism. So, I mean, look, there were people in the cabinet who obviously cared about people, but a lot of them were like, we need to do something about people's material conditions, otherwise they might go more radical. And now it's seen that the most basic social democratic arguments are seen as like hard left in today's standards. But in reality, a lot of them were enacted through literal like liberal compromise. There's a reason why the Tories, it wasn't just the Labour Party that created the NHS, there was consensus among all political parties. Were the Tories hard left for it?
Well, no, to be fair, the Tories did initially oppose it, but once it was passed, I forget the exact who it was, but someone said that they'd like to get rid of it, but no one wants to vote to kill Father Christmas.
Okay.
But they literally voted against the National Healthcare Bill when it came before Parliament. Which is part of the reason that they lost the election in 45 to the great aforementioned Attlee, because as Winston Churchill said, I had nothing to offer to them.
Do you? So this is a blank in history for me, but do you know why the British people only stuck with Attlee government for 5 years? Like they brought in all these amazing changes, and why did they get rid of them after 5 years?
A number of issues. There was internal wrangling on foreign policy and about the development of potentially nuclear weaponry, which caused internal rifts. There was economic, just fuckery. You've got to bear in mind, they'd done all of this huge change, which was awesome, and people really liked that, but that took a huge toll on a nation that had had a quarter of its wealth destroyed by the war.
Yeah.
And everyone was sort of fucking sick and fed up. They'd been promised a better future, and whilst that was sort of in the pipeline, in the making, they couldn't really see the turnaround because their cities were still in rubble. You know, this had been several years down the line, and things didn't seem to be improving particularly quickly. So they kicked them out in the end. Yeah, it was pretty narrow though. It wasn't like the Tories got a massive majority.
Yeah, because there would have been people who were like, let's see where this
Although
goes.
it does have to be said that the Tories then did have the entirety of the 1950s, so like they were pretty successful in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Without wanting to go down too much of a historical rabbit hole, but there we go. I'm trying to get. Why won't they take my fucking money?
Still not working.
I'm trying to use. Like, I'm literally trying to use fucking to give them £8 of my hard-earned cash, and it just won't have it. Is it going to do it? Has it done it? I don't even know. I don't think it has. I don't fucking know. I honestly just kill my.
Estonia
in Minecraft.
Recently.
In Minecraft.
Some very, very, shall we say, similar things happening, which led up to the, shall we say, the invasion from the little green men in Ukraine back in 2014. Very similar things indeed.
What?
Yeah, I'm just really confused.
Is he saying Russia's going to attack a NATO country directly in Estonia?
I mean, my assumption is the reference to the little green men is the agents that were put across the border pre 2014, right?
Well, exactly, to prepare for the attack. Yeah.
Yeah, the ones who kind of fomented the revolutions in Donetsk and Luhansk.
Indeed. Thank you, Wayward, with $20. I appreciate that, and I would like to spend that money and give part of it to Google, but they won't take it.
Is he genuinely making the argument? Because I feel like I'm not getting it because it's such a dumb argument. But is he genuinely saying addressing poverty is kind of silly because war could potentially happen and we need to spend money?
We're a nuclear armed island nation.
Is that literally what he's saying though?
I think so. Yeah.
We're a nuclear armed island nation. We're not getting invaded. So where are those Russian troops going to go? Not here.
And it's so interesting to me that the serious adults in the room want British children to starve so we can potentially, hypothetically, not save Estonia.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Thanks. No, that's awesome. I'm so glad. I'm so glad the student politics ended.
So we should be worried about that. We should be very worried about that. But again, apparently not when it comes to Russia, which I find some of the statements that...
Hang on, where in this statement does he even mention Russia?
Where does it even suggest for one moment that we shouldn't be worried about war and conflict? It literally just says the economy... This is all on domestic stuff. The economy is rigged and there's millions of children in poverty. And Bowler Hat Man has gone on some really weird tangent where, reading between the lines, basically... Corbyn is saying that there's never going to be war, we're never going to be invaded, which obviously is highly unlikely, but it's never going to happen. So all these stupid student politicians want to get rid of poverty when the more important thing is war. And I'm like, wow, bro, calm down. You on a fucking trip or something? Jesus Christ, he's just talking
clearly,
about poverty.
When he said earlier that they were Russian, he meant they were Russian. Because anyway, I've posted a link to the new Google Hangout because it won't take my fucking money.
Where did you put it?
In the Twitter thingamajig.
Thingamajig.
And I've decided anyone who calls it X is the ultimate briefcase.
Yeah, fuck that.
I mean, it's got two names. You either call it Twitter or you call it X, the everything app.
There's no in between.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is fair.
I can tell I've never uttered that sentence in my entire life.
True. Admit. Where are you, Curtis? God damn it.
Oh fuck! I thought. Give me a sec.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome in. We are in the new meeting. Wow, incredible.
Curtis, you're in the wrong fucking one again.
I'm using the fucking link you gave me just now.
No, the one from like 2 seconds ago. If you come back into this fucking stream again, I swear to God, I'm stabbing you in Minecraft. Right. Admit. There you go.
Yeah, sorry, I accidentally clicked the old link.
Of course you fucking did. So I'm not angry at you. I'm angry at Google.
You are
okay?
angry at me. I'm sorry.
I'm not.
Apologise.
I could never
make it up to
stay.
you.
I could never stay mad at a smile like that.
Aw.
Anyway. Honestly, we'd be fantastic guys.
We would be.
Stop it. Get some help.
A lot of people that have been involved with this, very strange. That, oh yes, we're all, again, really, worried about what's going on in Palestine, but Ukraine,
There's a fucking genocide happening. Sorry, you speak some good.
Okay, well, I think you're about to make probably the more important point, but I will just say most people on the left aren't like saying, "Oh, fuck Ukraine." There are some people who are saying that, and they're kind of dickheads. But like most of us are like, okay, the Ukraine thing doesn't seem to be really going anywhere. Like they've been at stalemate doing trench warfare for the last 18 months, so whatever. Whereas the Ukraine thing, they're literally like doing flower massacres every fucking day. They're literally starving children, which that seems more urgent.
The limit of being a human is it's very difficult to be equally as angry and appalled at multiple things at the same time. So obviously we gravitate to the more immediate situation. Now, to me, Russia-Ukraine is a war between two states. What's happening with Israel-Palestine is one is a state superpower and one isn't, and the genocide is being carried out. And furthermore, the more salient point is, which is why, fucking spiced up Paul Mason says, why aren't there pro-Ukraine?
Hang on, time, mate. You can't breeze past spiced up Paul Mason as a dig. That is fucking excellent work. Go on. Sorry.
Sorry. Fuck. Yeah, he's like, why aren't there like left wingers going out and doing protests for Ukraine? It's like the difference is because we are on the right side. We support Ukraine, but we're currently supporting Israel. We're sending them arms to like blow children apart. So why would you protest a government that is on the right side when it comes to Ukraine? You're protesting a government to change course. So obviously more people are angry and talking about Israel-Palestine because one, far more people have been killed. It's way more devastating, and we are complicit in it. How does Bowler I can't say stupid ass name. Just call yourself fucking Greg or something. Why can't Bowler Hat Man fucking realize this? It's such a easy thing to understand. Damn, I'm crashing out.
No, that's fair enough. I'm on a hype train. This is much more important. I need to get this out. Thank you, Dingus Van Sant, for gifting a sub, and thank you, Sully, who says, "Is this the Marxist capitalism we were promised?"
Well, the thing as well is that when it comes to the relationship between the warring states as well, insofar as our relationship to Ukraine is, we are already providing them with some level of military assistance in terms of the things that we offer them in terms of aid. Yet, when it comes to Palestine, we are not on the side of the people being invaded. In terms of the geopolitical alliance, right? Our ally is the one doing the genocide. So the relationship is so different in how we want our government to respond. Insofar as, well, we can have the discussion over how much can a country during cost of living crisis justify sending military aid or spending money on military aids to an ally to fend off invasion, versus we can literally oppose Israel's genocide for free. It'll cost us nothing apart from maybe making fucking Donald Trump a little bit mad to actually be aggressive in terms of our condemnation and our sanctioning of Israel, right? It's much easier to do things about Israel than it is about Ukraine. Yet we've managed to muster up all of the money for Ukraine, and we've done nothing with Israel. We're still flying fucking spy flights.
I was about to say, we're the government is only doing spy flights for one of the two aggressors in these wars. Seems like we should probably protest that.
Anyway, we cannot, of course, accept these.
If we get to if we get to level 2 of the hype train, I'll finger Benjamin Netanyahu. I don't even care at this point. He's dead on the inside, and that's what counts. And that's where I'm going to find him.
Justices, neither should you. We will only, of course, fix the crisis in our society with a mass redistribution of wealth and power. That means taxing the very richest in our society. Again, no problem if they want to do that.
No, what about Lord Ali? What will he say? How's he going to afford to buy Arsenal tickets if he's not rich?
But that they could have argued for that in Labour. There's now a movement in
No, he couldn't have argued for that in Labour. He couldn't have done that. That's not the Labour Party's policy or anything like it.
No, Kevin. If he just talks to some MPs, right? If he sends some strongly worded emails, and
all right, McDonnell, calm down.
Surgeries, they'll potentially disobey the whip, that then will get taken away from them, and they'll get publicly humiliated in the country, just like all of the other ones did. Like, you've seen the evidence of what happens to MPs who don't follow the line of the Politburo, who don't adhere to the democratic centralism of Starmerism, right? They get thrown out of the party, and he's still here going doggedly, well, you can be from inside the party, you can work, you can get MPs to back your position. I'm like, but they will now no longer rebel because they've been shown they'll get kicked out if they do.
Yeah.
MPs do not respond to the membership. They respond to their big donors. And currently their donors are from corporate giants or from billionaires who don't want wealth taxes. So why they have literally zero incentive to enable these taxes. And it's something that Jeremy Corbyn, when he was Labour leader, tried to do. That was in his manifestos, and he got kicked out. So now, of course, he's going to have a political party that's not Labour calling for that. You're never going to get a wealth tax with the Labour Party, not when they're taking money from the very people they want to tax.
True, but you know what that manifesto was called, though, right?
Change.
The Hamasifesto.
Mein Kampf.
That's so unoriginal, but I love it.
Thank you.
It's like we're going back to when you see Corbyn come up at the end.
He's just a Nazi. That's the joke. The one joke. My version of the one joke is Jeremy Corbyn is actually Hitler. And I will stick to it like a fucking dementia patient.
You don't even need to like vary it. It will always be so fucking funny. Even when you mute it on mine, just in case this doesn't go out on our channel, I can see your.
And interestingly,
your mouth.
not only is it Mein Kampf, right? It's Mein Kampf in Arabic in perfect condition as well. Okay.
Yeah. It's still got the plastic seal on it, with the price tag on it.
Exactly.
Look at this. Oh, amazing. Do you not think though, like, at least they could have just like dirtied up the book?
Yeah, exactly. Give dog ear the fucking pages or something. Make it look like it's actually been read. Fucking hell. No, they're just keeping it for the aesthetic. Obviously, yeah. It's a kind of thought piece. They just leave it there, you know. Fucking hell.
I'll do that. This means an NHS free of privatisation. They've sort of undone that already with getting rid of NHS England, but there you go.
What are you talking about? No, that's got nothing to do with getting rid of privatisation. Exactly. That's neither pro or anti-privatisation. That's just bureaucracy.
You bang on. That's literally a bureaucratic quango. I don't know what.
That's a complete non sequitur. Yeah.
He's just spouting words there, isn't he? Just
to
make an argument, and that's it. And he's hoping people are stupid enough to go, oh, maybe Labour are reversing privatisation. Wes Streeting is the current health secretary. The guy is like the king of privatisation.
He's up to his tits in fucking private healthcare money. Yeah. 500 fucking votes. 500.
Don't worry, he's gone next time. I mean, they'll probably put him in a safe seat, won't they? Well, actually, there's no such thing as a safe seat. A safe first seat. Surely they're not going to... Especially if Wes Street wants to become the next leader, surely they're not going to run him in that seat, are they?
They can't, though. Because they're going to lose it. So they literally can't. If they have any hopes of him surviving, he has to go somewhere else.
I hope he goes somewhere else where they've got like quite a healthy majority and then loses that.
Well, Jonathan Ashworth had a very healthy majority.
Oh.
And now he's just on TV every fucking
That's the thing,
day.
I almost know. Because like, on the night when he lost his seat, I was like ecstatic. It was probably... For me, probably the highlight.
It was
over
beautiful.
Jeremy Corbyn becoming an independent, winning as an independent. I think because I'm bitter like that. John Ashworth losing his seat was probably the highlight. But I'm actually now thinking I wish he was still a Labour MP because he wouldn't be on our fucking soapbox all the damn time.
I heard from him a lot less when he was in government. Yeah.
Exactly, because he was doing fuck all, and now he's doing fuck all, but he's loud about doing fuck all.
Yeah, him and Kwasi Kwarteng appear in my fucking nightmares.
Also, I would argue that there have been benefits of privatisation that have added a ton of money to the NHS in terms of like medical devices, and of course private companies paying for use of NHS data to use in trials to develop those devices, and we are now the leading manufacturer and creator of medical devices and apps around the world.
Oh, that's it.
And that is because...
I'd be very surprised if that were
AI
true.
could have fixed healthcare.
But it's like procuring things that have been manufactured or created by private companies. It's not the same as having a contract for a private healthcare provider to do NHS work. Like, I'm not saying that every single thing that has to be procured by the NHS has to come from an NHS factory. Now, we should, of course, have a factory for our own generic pharmaceuticals. That's not contentious, right? The issue, of course, is that what we're treating wants is to offer money for contracts to private healthcare companies to run frontline NHS services, increasing by up to 20% in some cases. You know, that is bad. That's the problem.
That's called return on investment, chat.
Does he not know what PFI is? Has he never heard of it?
Probably not, or at least he's pretending he hasn't.
I don't think he understands what privatisation is then, because if he's saying about, well, NHS England's been scrapped, and now he's talking about, oh, buying certain products that's made in the private sector is not the same as private health companies running our health service. You know, it's like, I don't want Virgin doing cancer screenings, right? That's the difference. And then, of course, they don't give, throughout the goodness of the heart, they want a return.
Yeah.
This guy genuinely doesn't know what privatisation is, or at least in healthcare anyway.
We're talking about virgins doing cancer screening, but Crafty Wank's already a counsellor, so he's not going to be doing screenings, is he? What are you talking about?
Partnership with the NHS and those private businesses. That brings a ton of money into the NHS. You know, privatisation is not 100% bad, but it depends what exactly
Socialist chat.
that...
Democratic Socialist Party.
I love it. The capitalist Marxism. Here it is. You'll love to see it, chat. It's not an issue, etc., etc.
Relationship is.
Go on, Sarah.
During your debate with him, did he say when he joined the Labour Party?
To whom are you addressing this?
Either of us, I guess. No, he didn't say it to me.
Right. Do you know when? Because it'd be interesting. Because I highly doubt this is someone who's been in the party for that long.
It's going to be post-Iraq, surely.
I think it's got to be later than that, surely.
Well, that's what I mean. Like at the very least. Yeah, I don't know. He doesn't look that old. He's only probably in his 30s. He's probably about my age, maybe. So, yeah, he can't be 20 years. So 15 years, 10 years, maybe.
I think that relationship which has developed that, which has built that entire new industry, is great. Should we be ending that?
Yes.
Because
literally yes.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Yeah. Like, again, it's not that, especially in any such transition, that you wouldn't need, some private procurement. Fine, because we don't have you couldn't just tomorrow go, okay, it's all going to be made in a factory because we don't have a fucking factory. So you'd need to have some sort of transition. That's fine, but that's the point of nationalisation, is that it already exists and you can take it over and then run it yourself.
I mean, these are just buzzwords though, because you can't say it brings in more money, because once again, does he not understand return on investment? A very basic concept. Companies do not give because they're good people. They give because they want to return. There's going to be a return, which, by the way, means that more money is spent on these bloated private contracts than frontline services.
Well, but also, we're in an industry here where I don't want people to be making fucking money.
Well, yeah, even on a moral...
There shouldn't be profit involved in this. The only thing that should matter is the long-term health of the system, sure, but also then the health of the individual. That's it.
Politics to me, not like Kev. That's not grown up.
No, exactly. No, if fucking private healthcare companies aren't making money, what's the point?
It's privatisation, but it brings a load of money into the NHS.
No, it doesn't. No, whoa. No, it doesn't. It takes money out of the NHS.
That's literally just a lie.
Also, by the way, again, in the system that we currently run, because we have to procure privately, because we don't have the capacity to do it not that way, it's going to be naturally that way. But there's no need to lie. It doesn't bring money into the NHS. It takes money from the NHS, and it takes more than necessary because you have to have what it costs plus what the profit margin is, and then all of the extra bureaucracy around that.
Well, I mean, short term, it brings in money, and it looks great for the Treasury. and the balance sheet, because I'm like, oh my god, we've spent so much money on the NHS and haven't spent anything from the Treasury, or very little. Yeah, but that's the short-termism thing, and then in the future you've got to pay it back.
Yep.
And this is what, like, Rachel Reeves loves this kind of thing, because she's so obsessed about, she doesn't care about like the health of the nation or making patient satisfaction better. She just wants to go to a dweeby mates in the briefcase circles and go to the pundit media and say, look at this, we've made the NHS more efficient whilst I've balanced the books. And then whoever's next in government can then deal with the debts of private companies. Like, that's what Tony Blair did. He just shifted the burden onto the next government.
That's the one thing I always thought was a really good thing. I don't think he was ever going to follow through with it. But when Boris Johnson came out and said, we're not going to do PFI, we're going to build hospitals and we're going to build them on the public record. Because what you're essentially doing is passing on debt to future generations.
That's exactly what it is, yeah.
Because a huge amount of, a huge percentage of NHS trusts' money is already dealt with because they have to pay off debts from PFI for buildings that are so old now they're crumbling.
And basically it also guarantees a systematic failure of the NHS, because the next government inevitably looks at it and goes, oh my god, we've spent loads of money, we're going to have to cut. So when the Conservatives came in, they were like, oh wow, our outgoings are a lot higher because of the profit margin. Then they go, oh, we need loads of austerity. And of course, I'm not saying that's the basis of austerity. It's actually because the fucking balance sheet, spreadsheet figure was like wrong.
And they wanted to do it. It was
and they wanted to do it. I mean, they were certainly very happy to do it. But like, let's think of a scenario where Reform, who are going to have austerity on fucking steroids, they're going to ape Milei in Argentina. It's going to be like a libertarian hellhole. And what if we spend loads of money on private contracts and Reform get in, and then you can say, oh, we spent loads of money. They're just going to cut even more. So what you're doing is very short term pumping money into the NHS. But it's not, you're not just indebting yourselves, you're giving consent to future governments to cut even further because of that debt.
Manage decline.
Manage decline.
We are harmonised. It's beautiful. Yes, thank you, Why the Story with Bitty Bits. Much love. I've got to go and finger a head of state. No, it's not head of state, it's head of government in Israel. I've got to go and do it, chat, for the good of humanity. Actually, did you see he was suffering from inflamed bowels? That's actually true. Netanyahu, yeah. And I thought to myself...
I mean, they're old guys, aren't they? It's like Trump's got his chronic venous insufficiency.
And I was thinking to myself, what is a bowel but a tunnel on the inside of somebody?
IDF!
Exactly, yeah. Exactly.
New coordinates. From another tunnel.
Is that the chubby ankle thing from Trump?
Yeah, that's why he's got like fucking horrible like
stump
bloatings and things. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a very gross man. Ugh.
He is a very gross man. I hope this what's Netanyahu got wrong with him?
Inflamed bowels, which doesn't sound pleasant.
I really hope it's very painful.
Oh yeah, well, I
At least
hope
I
so.
can
Yeah,
say.
yeah. If there's a God, it certainly would be. Yeah. Although if he was a God, you would hope he'd step in and stop the genocide, but he didn't. It didn't fucking help him the first
really do that,
million times it happened. So,
Don't worry, Christ will return one day.
Well, you'd think he would have returned a lot of earlier. A lot of genocides going on. Didn't think to step in there, but you know.
Anyway, bringing, of course, energy, water, and rail and mail into public ownership. Well, rail by the end of this parliament is going to be in public ownership anyway. Energy.
Well, no, only
again,
the
water.
talks. Only the talks are going to be in public ownership.
Only what? Sorry.
Only the talks, the train operating companies.
Oh, I thought you meant TikTok.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you were being like cool about TikTok, and I was like, "What the fuck? I've never heard it called the Tox before."
I was like, thinking, what is that? what was that? I'll just let Helena explain it, because I was like,
yeah, I'll put a video up on the Tox. Yeah.
I thought I would have been not so hip and cool if I didn't get the reference. I was like, I'll just stay quiet, because like I think people already know I've got that boomer energy anyway. So I thought better let someone else explain it. It's hot.
But yeah, like the talks are the only ones being nationalised.
Okay. Yeah.
The rolling stock is still going to be private.
All this other stuff as well. What do you intend to do with it? I would have always say this. Okay, you bring it into public ownership, then what?
Then you run it as a public enterprise.
Yeah, what?
Like, you realise this has happened before. Like, this isn't a gotcha. This was from like 1945 until 1980, pretty much. Most of loads of industries were run in this way. It was fine. It worked. You know, like the army. The army's essentially works this way. The NHS basically works this way. Lots of stuff still does.
Why haven't we privatised the army yet? Let's fucking go.
Oh God, don't
privatise the
tempt
monarchy.
them.
Privatise, you know, they can sign up for Monarchy Blue.
Was it the
Monarchy
Exactly.
Premium.
I think
Exactly.
so.
Or they'd have to sell out like the bottom row of Buckingham Palace would just be like Greggs and like shops and stuff. They'd have to rent it out.
The public can only see the monarchy if they subscribe to their subscription, and if you don't subscribe to a pay, you don't get no monarchy.
Exactly. Have you got Sausage Fingers Plus?
It's now premium now. It was plus, plus premium. I don't think Bola Hatman's ever heard of the arguments behind nationalisation then, because we're not like we want to nationalise things because we like the sound, we like the idea that it's been nationalised and that's it. Because obviously all these politicians keep saying it's so ideological and it's not. We're just saying that we don't want private companies like leeching off the system and then de-investing in our public services so they can please their shareholders. Like, when it comes to services, the profit motive harms the service. It's like so simple. And once again, I'm quite. I've seen a few videos of this guy. I'm so perplexed at how little he knows.
Yeah. Thank you, Carl, who says the enemy of my enemy is your children not starving. Briefcase hat man. I don't think that's a straight quote. I think you've made that up, and I think that's.
I've heard a few people say it before. I think it's a real quote.
Oh, but it must be then. Wouldn't let it on the internet if it wasn't real. Thank you, Rachel, who says, or you can call the app by its real name, Shitter. You just wanted me to swear. And thank you, Salsa Snake.
Try and get them demonetised. Can't believe you.
Exactly. All I've said so far is that I want to insert my digits into the leader of a government. Like, why won't Coca-Cola give me their money?
I mean, you want the NordVPN endorsement, right? It's big bucks for NordVPN now.
Well, presumably because everyone in Britain isn't in Britain anymore officially. Because of the porn ban. Everyone's in like Latvia or Canada or some shit, yeah.
Literally. I mean, if it's in the European Economic Area, it's covered as well, right? You need to literally go to America.
Yeah, exactly.
To be able to goon.
That term goon is so funny. Like, where did it come from?
I don't know, but I love the fact that Arsenal fans have been calling themselves gooners for years, and it was always
wankers for years.
Exactly, yeah, and they were, and now they don't understand why Americans are laughing at them online. Okay, cool.
You know, that always seems to me, as I've said just a couple of weeks, months ago, we had I can't remember his name now. What's his face on? We were talking about this.
Jesus Christ! Pause again. Just pause. Find out this person's name.
And I'm like, well, okay, you bring it into, you bring it back into public ownership. Then what?
Then you run it like you used to. It's honest to God. It's not that difficult.
Also, I mean, if he pays attention, at least with Corbyn, he's actually spoke about making public services more democratic, even when it comes to railway. So he says, I don't want to just go back to like straight nationalisation, that's it. He's like, I would like to set up certain democratic structures from within, so there's more input from consumers and workers on there.
Oh, he's a cock. Okay.
Not just like top-down nationalisation, although top-down nationalisation is preferable than the current model. But he's not even saying let's go back to that. He's saying nationalise and then let's make it a little bit more democratic. Which sounds like, once again, student politics of people.
I'm not sure how that would
know what they're talking about have a say.
I don't quite know what that would mean in terms of railways.
I don't really know.
Because the problem with
going to be like surveys and stuff.
Well, exactly, because the problem with railways is that they're not in one place naturally, because it's literally about getting from one place to another place. So you can't really have local say over, or complete local say over a national issue. Like with building HS2, for instance, whose say should count? Well, both the people of London want it, but the people of Manchester want it, and we don't, or whatever. Like what? Who gets the say? There needs to be like a national overseeing thing, surely.
Not agree. I'm not sure how that works, but that is what they.
Although I suppose it depends. This is sort of the problem I have with. I want to delegate as much power as I can to the lowest level I can, but the problem is you don't want too much of that because you end up with a weird balkanisation.
Yeah, and then like
which
nothing
you don't
gets develops because it's so fucking slow. Then,
and you allow NIMBYs too much power and stuff.
Oh,
you know,
for sure,
yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
So you've got to be careful with that.
I mean, like, yeah, for me, I'm happy with just straight up top down nationalisation and that's it, because it's like just
certainly preferable to this shit out situation.
Yeah. Although, look, if people show me more models of democratic participation in railway, I'm all ears. But I agree with you. Apart from what surveys, which is
I
done
think
in
it
the
depends on the
public sector
service,
anyway.
right? Like if it's something that's incredibly national, like national infrastructure, then like I think that would cause too many problems. You know, I think that is good coming from directly by the state in terms because it's got so much planning involved.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Well, one thing. Well, to Labour's credit, they've been floating about the idea of mutualising the post office, and so it's owned by the postmasters, and I think that's far more of an applicable solution for that in terms of as opposed to the national ownership, because it already is nationalised, but as an arm's length company. That seems, I mean, that would mean more accountability, and there would be less of a chance of a top-down fuck-up like happened with the postmasters the last time.
I was about to say, yeah, we could get the postmasters to run it, but unfortunately, Vince Cable killed them all. So
with his bare hands.
With his bare hands. Yeah, what would your role be on the anarchist railway collective? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
I want to be Thomas, the tank engine.
I decide the sandwiches, or no, I'll create a co-op and endless meetings of sandwiches, but it would take us 3 years to decide just on the bread.
I'm okay with that. Yeah, let's go.
But it's not about the sandwich; it's the friends we made in the anarchist groups along the way.
Literally.
You need to sort out not only why it is better to be publicly owned, but then what you intend to do with it going forward. And I think, as much as I do want that to happen, you need to be talking about that a heck of a lot more if you want to bring these things back under public ownership.
I think
rail needs to be...
I know we keep pausing. I think that's so dishonest for him to say, no, I want nationalisation too, when he can't provide arguments as to why it's a good thing.
Because he seems to be completely nonplussed as to what that would even entail.
Yeah, because he was saying, oh, these guys have a policy position that I support, but they're not telling us how to do it. How is it going to be better? But I support that. Well, then if you support it, then you should know what is to be done. But he's not providing that. So
don't say what is to be done.
Oh God, tanky.
Oops. What should be done?
So that's coded because he supports Russia. Yeah.
You got me figured out, right? I've got one of them Russian hats, actually. I don't.
Are you Shanka?
But clearly it means he doesn't really support nationalisation then, if he doesn't even know the benefits of it. Right? You don't have to... in a small little statement, which isn't talking about a specific policy area, it's a broad statement, you don't need to write every single sort of plan and policy area of like nationalisation. He's just saying we should nationalise this. You can't expect to and this is what that's going to tell, and this is what this is going to tell. Like, you don't need your fucking handheld, do you? Use your own imagination, especially on a policy that you supposedly support. So you should know what that looks like. Damn.
Be even more expanded. I think we need to sort out the ticketing issue, because just because we bring back a lot of the rail services by the end of this parliament will be under public ownership doesn't solve the ticketing issue. Trust me, I just bought a ticket recently to go up to Aberdeen.
Hang on, is he about to use an example where a privatised company had a shit ticketing system to argue against public ownership of railways? Because it's not the government doing the ticketing right now.
Well,
right?
he doesn't.
In most of them, so obviously there are some. It depends which one it is. Like if it's LNER or the Wales Rail, that is publicly owned, right? But it's owned by the operator of last resort. Like one of the whole points about national ownership is do we solve the ticketing problem by having integrated transport? Because we can do that now.
Yeah, we used to have a proper national timetable.
Well, the whole fucking stupid thing about privatization is that your tickets can be not used on certain things or only on certain
Yeah.
routes or at certain times. It's a whole fucking mess. And specifically because we have this weird system where you have to somehow make the tickets available for certain train operating companies, but not for others. Whilst the money goes somewhere, depending if you buy it on some website, and then a portion goes. It's a mess, right? You have a single system and a single train operator. It's the state that makes it like 1,000 million times easier.
British Rail.
It's almost as if fragmentation is a feature of privatization.
Yeah, literally.
And like fragmentation is good sometimes in some cases, you know? Having internal competition, people offering different things is reasonable. Not when it's a natural fucking monopoly.
Yeah,
Well, exactly, yeah.
Like the
Yeah.
railways or the water.
Or like you end up with like, oh, you've got 25 different types of toothpaste, one political party. Like that's not the kind of choice I'm after.
Sounds
really.
like a bit from George Carlin.
Well, basically, yeah, because it's essentially the point. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you've got you've got a million different types of cola, and the one train company you can use, or the one water company you can use. That's not a market. So don't try and run it as one.
Oh, 150 quid. Elsewhere in Europe, for that same journey, for longer, I could probably buy a ticket that would take me all over Europe.
Okay, that's not even ticketing. That's pricing.
What point is he making?
Yeah, we've got expensive railways. You're not making a very nuanced point here. We understand. Yeah, they're very expensive and shit. That's the problem because privatisation has fucked them to pieces. Because at least it wasn't perfect under the old British Rail pre-beaching, but let's be honest, it worked. It might not have been perfect, but it worked. Whereas now it just doesn't.
I mean, just look at those first years of Network Rail, right? Or was it Railtrack? Whoever it was the private company that ran the actual infrastructure, because we fucking privatized even the infrastructure, even the operation, the infrastructure got privatized. The dumbest thing I've ever heard, right?
Yeah,
and we after having no crashes on our railways or no significant crashes for decades and decades, we had 3 in the space of 2 years, and the government was like, "Yeah, that was dumb. We're just gonna stop that now immediately." Remember Potter's Bar was crazy.
Well, not just that, but if you look at the American railway system, you know they had that thing in the ironically named Palestine in
East
Pennsylvania.
Palestine,
yeah, that happens all the time. You know they have nuclear derailments basically every week in America. Nuclear waste derailed from a train every week somewhere in America because it's all privatized and they don't give a fuck. Evil. Honestly, it's an evil system.
For a month or more. But anyway, where are we? So of course it means investing a massive council house building program. That also means standing up to fossil fuel giants, putting their profits for our planet again.
I'm from
plans
Scotland.
and all that.
Our
Again,
public transport
sounds
is
good on
mint.
paper what we're talking
Had to
about.
go to the hellscape of England
plans.
recently. How do
not
you
a manifesto.
Well, I'm sorry.
We
Right,
suck,
hang a minute.
But every experience of
I'm
English
sorry,
public
we haven't.
transport I've had
The
sucks
party
harder.
that, as of yet, does not have a name or exist, hasn't got detailed fucking manifesto plans for the future of council house building.
Yeah, you've got to wait for Mein Kampf 2 Electric Boogaloo. you can cut that bit out, it's fine. Yes, Suzzle, thank you for the bits. And yes, Scotland does have nationalised railway, and that's why it works. Now, when you say you came to England and it was bad, go to London, because that's the only bit of England where the railways are, largely speaking, nationalised, and it works. Might not be perfect,
and
but
it's
it
not
works.
even close.
Yeah.
It's literally not even close in terms of it being the best place to get public transport in the country.
I will, if I go on the tube, I will literally let 2 trains go. Because there'll be one along in 7 minutes.
You have 2-3 minutes.
Yeah, especially when I used to smoke, I'd go, well, I don't need to rush. I can have I need to say the F word. Americans would have been very annoyed. I can go and have a smoke upstairs and then just go and catch my train because it doesn't matter. Whereas in Britain, in the rest of Britain, in Birmingham, you're waiting an hour for a bus.
Oh my god, yeah. I used to get 2 buses to get to work, and it'll be if one bus is slightly late, you miss the second bus,
or it just doesn't arrive.
Just
and they don't replace it.
Turning up, right?
Yeah, so
and that can happen under nationalisation, but it happened all the fucking time.
Yeah,
it's so bad. First bus, of the worst contractors as well. Like privatization is bad, and then you've got like specifically this company who are fucking dreadful.
Yeah, and we used to have again genuinely synchronized systems.
Yeah.
So they literally have, if you were catching a bus to the train station, they could ring ahead for you and hold the train until the bus got there, so that you could get on your train. Look, it was actually linked up, so you could actually run an integrated system of people travelling to places conveniently. Madness. Whereas now, you wait an hour, then you go there, and there's a train, and it's, oh no, but the train isn't going anywhere. And then they find out it's cancelled, and you've got to go to a different station, but they tell you the wrong platform to go to. And then you just, and you're paying through the nose for it as well, just to subsidise the fucking Belgian railways. It doesn't make any sense. None of this ever made any sense. But rich bastards were getting richer, and that's all that mattered. God almighty. I can only imagine that when humanity goes into a more fucking logical state at some point, they'll look back on this madness and just think, what a bunch of backward pricks. Honestly, what the fuck were they doing with that capitalism thing? Jesus Christ, that was shit. In the same way we look back at, I don't know, fucking slavery or something, I don't know.
Shameful complicity, genocide. We believe in the radical idea that all human life has equal value. Strangely not when it comes to talking about Ukrainian lives.
What?
Just like to point that out.
Sorry, where? Tell me a single quote from Jeremy Corbyn where he said that he doesn't care about Ukrainian lives.
I think it's right. I mean, the thing is, the central criticism they have is that they want this that Jeremy Corbyn wants an end to the war that's negotiated or whatever, the diplomatic solution. And the reasonable criticism is to say that it's naive.
Yeah.
I don't think it's necessarily that naive. I think that you look at what Trump's been doing, there's at least somewhat of a desire to want to finish the war from multiple sides now. Obviously, Putin isn't playing ball, right? But you've got to put on pressure. My point has been you provide arms, and then you can put pressure on them to have a diplomatic solution. Because if there's no arms, then there's no reason to come to the table because they're just going to win, obviously. Well, can you negotiate an end to the war? No, we're just going to win. Like, that's why you provide support, right? But a diplomatic solution, some kind of settlement, is inevitably going to be the result of what happens in Ukraine. And the question is, maybe it was too early or whatever. I don't really care. But the idea that he doesn't care about the lives when he's literally saying every day, "I want this war to end," is like not just a misreading or naivety. Well, it's actively a smear.
Oh, 100%.
Actively a smear.
Yeah. Without a doubt. There's no other way you can read it. Because I agree with you that in the sense that I can see why people would criticize Corbyn's position on Ukraine by saying, yeah, it's maybe naive, maybe even go as, and it's not my opinion, but even go as far as saying more people would die through Corbyn's naivety. But that's not the same as Corbyn not giving a shit if people die. He genuinely cares. And to sit here and say, look, he could have just said, look, I think his Ukrainian policy is wrong and it will do more harm than the good he thinks. But to sit here and say, well, Jeremy Corbyn doesn't believe in equalise because he doesn't give a fuck about Ukrainians is like a disgusting thing to say. It's indefensible.
Yeah, I mean, I just literally typed into Twitter, Jeremy Corbyn, Ukraine. And the first thing that pops up, Putin must immediately withdraw troops from Ukraine and engage in constructive political dialogue. A shocking humanitarian catastrophe is unfolding that must end now.
Wow, evil jumbly crumbles.
Seems like he maybe does give a fuck about Ukrainian people then. Crazy. Wow. Anyway, don't let that get in the way of a good story though,
Yeah.
But there you go.
You can't get the...
You thought you really slammed dunk.
Yeah, exactly. You thought that was an absolute mic drop.
And actually everyone's fucking laughing at him.
Mad.
That is why we defend the right to protest for Palestine. It is also why I demand an end to war.
Well, yeah, but you can't even say that you supported Palestine action. You can't say, I, Kevin Logan, support Palestine action. You can't say it. It's illegal. That would be illegal to do, which is why you will never hear me say that. Telling you.
What we never say, Kev?
I will never say that I support Palestine action. I won't say it. Never.
Okay, good. Good. I'm glad you're not saying the phrase.
No, because why would I say that I support Palestine action? Because that would be illegal, and you get 14 years. So you can't say it.
And it's a public service we're doing for the viewers.
Exactly. I'm informing you about. I'm informing you about the law that says that you can't say I support Palestine action because you can't say it. So
Oh,
Don't say
fucking
that. It's
hell.
bad. Okay.
That's proper. This is proper squeaky bum time.
It's terrorism. I wouldn't do a terrorism.
Sales to Israel, and why we will carry on campaigning for the only path to peace, a free and independent Palestine. Is that a two-state solution? Because that is what you should be campaigning for, and that continually, as I've said a lot.
Honestly, the two-state solution thing is it's such liberal cope at this point. Like, it's not possible. In an ideal world, yeah, okay, like, well, actually, no, in an ideal world, there would just be one place where they could all fucking live in happiness. But, like, okay, realistically, you have to separate, fine, whatever. But when they've literally occupied all of Jerusalem and the tiny pockets of the West Bank that the Palestinians still have any control over, and Gaza is a ruin, what fucking state is there to be had?
Well, to be honest, though,
like,
a one-state solution, to me, in my opinion, is a far more lasting. You have more chance of a lasting peace than a two-state solution. I'm not saying a one-state solution is easier than a two-state solution, but like a two-state solution is absolute like liberal cope, where like, okay, Palestine gets a state, like their statehood, and Israel just leaves them alone. That's not going to happen. Like, I think in the long-term future, a one-state solution is probably more viable.
Yeah,
but
I think so. Yeah.
To say, well, the only way to path to peace is a two-state solution, and that's it. That's maybe the next step. But I also think now, like, I cannot see how a two-state solution would work. Where I'm like, I don't think people should even be calling for it. I'm not mad if you do, by the way. Like, I'd rather Palestine has a state that doesn't have a state, obviously. But like, that's not going to end the conflict, and like Israel will still try and absolutely demolish Palestine. They just will have, I guess, more legal rights, I guess. But that's probably not even correct to say. But yeah, I don't know your thoughts on that, to be fair. You might disagree.
Also, I mean, the thing that's kind of softened my position on this is that when you poll Palestinians, they say they want a separate state, right?
Yeah.
The two-state solution is the most popular solution to the conflict amongst people in Palestine, right? Now, what is funny is that the most popular position on how they would achieve that is through armed resistance when you poll people in Palestine. So, but yeah, like, but then again, of course, there's an occupation. You can't really have a two-state solution when Israel has fucking settlers all through the West Bank, you know? So even like, you have to put your military pressure on these settlers to be able to ensure they leave, to be able to make sure the two-state solution is even viable in the first place.
You can't jump to two-state solution. You got to go to end the occupation first.
Yeah.
And then you can potentially go for a two-state solution. But these liberals like, no, we just need to call. If more people call for a two-state solution, then that'll be it. It's like, well, no, you need to first stop the fucking genocide, stop the occupation. That's the immediate.
It's liberal tarot. It's liberal tarot cards. That's what it is. They manifest. They'll manifest a two-state solution.
Yeah.
An interesting point you raise. Can I say I support PA? Well, it depends what you mean by that. If you mean Pennsylvania, whose state code is PA, then you can definitely say I support PA. Yes. But it depends if that's what you mean. If you mean Palestine action, then no, you can't say that. Oh, I think it's legal. I think I'm just about fine. Maybe.
Look, the only best way to peace is the two-state solution. That's what you should be campaigning for. It is already there, and yet I see so many people ignoring that.
What do you mean? Hang on. What do you mean it's already there? What's already there?
Yeah.
What, the settlers occupying land? Yeah, that is already there. No, true. But I don't see that.
Is he trying to say that we're close to a two-state solution and we just need Jeremy Crumblins to support a two-state solution and then it will happen?
Jeremy Corbyn is the only thing
very far away from that.
It's the only thing standing between
exactly
us and peace is the crumbles.
Yeah.
Yes. It's the jam man killing everyone in Palestine.
Like Hitler, like the Hitler that he is.
Exactly.
Peace, free and independent Palestine. How do you do that? And I'm like, two-state solution, guys. Two-state solution.
Well, surely we just wait for the private sector to sort it out.
Again, he's just saying, well, you have to campaign for a two-state solution. People keep fucking saying it. They've been saying it for the last 30 years. Almost. It's been over 30 years since the Oslo Accord started in '94, right? Has a two-state solution fucking appeared? No, it hasn't.
No.
And also, I hate this idea, because I've seen it a couple of times crop up. This idea that saying Free Palestine is just like a buzzword slogan. But it isn't, though, because they're occupied. It's quite clear, I think, what it means when you say free Palestine. Free them from the tyranny, free them from the genocide, and free them from the occupation. Once you do that, then let's talk. Then let's have negotiations. Then let's maybe have a two-state solution. Like, that's very, very simple. But you cannot pull two-state solution out your arsehole. And the reason why it hasn't materialized is because of Israel. Because guess what? It started before the 7th of October. They've been occupying for 80 fucking years. So it's all on Israel first to stop being genocide maniacs. Because I swear badly then. And I know the certain
So
word
a
is,
bad
is
influence.
banned.
Bad
I don't wanna
influence.
get you, see you next Tuesdays. And you need to do that first before you can even have a two-state solution.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, your call ends in 15 minutes.
Oh, suck my dick, Google. Basically, yeah.
Fair.
I think we'll only do one more. Fuck it.
Again, it finishes off saying, our movement is, of course, made up of people and faiths, and the great dividers. What you think the problem in our society is caused by migrants or refugees. They are not. They're caused by an economic system that protects the interests of the corporations and the billionaires. It's the only people who create wealth, and it's the only people who have the power to take it back where it belongs. Again, socialist, so we know at least what type of the party is going to be, but again, that's fine.
Oh, thanks.
It's time for,
I'm glad we've got your say-so. Yeah,
I was
that's
worried
fine.
if I was going to support it for a second. I'm not sure if
That's
I felt about that, but
acceptable.
Thanks for him for confirming that. I can.
Yeah, we've got the thumbs up from BHM,
Yeah.
so it's all good.
New kind of political party, one that is rooted in communities, trade unions, social movements, one that builds on the power of regions and nations, one that belongs to you. Sign up at your party, blah, 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 part of the founding process. So this would lead
Fine, just keep
again.
this
So
in.
this would lead.
You what?
Fine,
Sorry?
just keep this bit. Just keep this bit in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just the rambly bit. Yeah, that's always good. It's the best bit, I find.
To an inaugural conference, and at this conference, you will decide the party's direction.
Is that funny? Is it?
Oh, democracy's stupid. That's literally his argument there. Fucking hell.
But then on the other hand, he's saying, "Don't worry, we've got conferences from the Labour Party. We can change the direction." Well, maybe if it was actually democratic, you could probably change the direction. And at least this party's trying to be genuinely democratic, and there he is, fucking laughing at it. What position does this man hold?
I genuinely don't know.
Where is the consistency?
Exactly. Thank you. Hang on. Thank you, Rachel. It says, UN peacekeepers will need to have a major presence in IS/Palestine. I presume that means Israel rather than the Islamic State,
Yeah.
which would just be weird. For a very, very long time, mostly to keep ex-IDF soldiers from attacking people. Basically, yeah. Well, this is the thing. In order for any state, whether it be 1 state, 2 state, fucking 69 state, 420 state, whatever, right? The Zionists need to fucking chill. You can't be carrying on the way they are. You can't have 72. You can't have 72% of them supporting genocide outright. That you can't have that. That's not. That's not in any way a stable or achievable, peaceful solution to anything. That's just a continuation. You know. Now, how you do that outside of some sort of mass deprogramming, I am not sure. It's going to be a long-term thing.
A special military operation to denazify Israel.
Don't. He's already doing the fucking Russia smearing already.
I personally would love to go to this conference and just sit there and watch all that unfold.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
It just kind of feel like that we're gonna get a viral moment that gets clipped, just like that bit from the DSA conference did, where people were arguing over like clapping or whatever it was. Obviously, that's not gonna happen in specific ways, but I'm sure someone is gonna go around with a camera to the conference just to try and find funny clips.
G-Unis would try and get in and be like.
But it's always so underwhelming. Like when those fucking lunatic Zionist people will stand there with an Israel flag and a Palestine march, and people just carry on and ignore them.
Yeah.
Like nothing. No one cares. Yeah.
420 state solution.
Having said
let's
that,
go.
though, that DSA conference was fucking wild.
There was some cringe shit in there, to be fair.
It was extremely cringe.
Yeah. But it's the DSA. What were you expecting? You know?
Well, I didn't really know much about them, to be fair. I thought they were kind of based, and
They're pretty based, but like being based doesn't necessarily make you the rizziest motherfuckers.
No.
You know?
So they're kind of known for not being much riz then.
They're kind of they're a bit nerdy, I suppose, a bit. They're political geeks at the end of the day, you know. Leftists unfortunately don't always help themselves optically with things.
Well, I mean that's half of the course, isn't it? I mean that is
Yeah. Thank you to something happened. No. Oh yes, Lord Fruiters. Thank you for the donation. Much love.
Also, thank you, David O'Keefe, for the £5. Chomsky suggested a binational stay in the 70s, and yeah, it's true.
Well, the best things are bi.
I have a feeling that would be a gigantic mess. I just have a feeling it would be a massive mess.
Okay.
The model of leadership and policies that are needed, of course, to transform society.
Also, it can be very successful, isn't it? Podemos were successful from a genuinely sort of democratic, ground-up sort of political party. So it's odd to say.
Yeah,
I
he's
think
just
that's going to be a mess. Like, we'll see what happens.
He's just giving me anti-democracy.
Yeah,
that's all
don't
that's
get me
happening.
wrong.
Yeah.
There's I do sometimes think like if it's super democratic, could be potentially like slow and bureaucratic in an age of like the attention economy and like taking the fight to reform. But like we should be trying to build a better kind of politics. Like I'm a policy guy first and foremost, right? That's what matters to me the most. But it's also very good that there are political parties out there or a project that wants to be genuinely democratic. Like that is something we should support. I don't know how for any criticism of this new party, a mass democratic base is something I cannot see how anyone can criticize.
Yeah.
Like if you don't like, the point is to join it and shape it. Like not that I think Bowler Hat Man would ever join it, but like there's nothing wrong with saying why don't you join it and try and make the argument with your kind of politics.
Well, no,
like,
he doesn't need to though. He's moving the Labour Party to the left.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, he's too busy. He's too busy making the Labour Party really progressive.
Yeah, absolutely.
Most progressive government of all time.
Yeah, capitalist Marxism. Yeah.
Did he say that?
He said that. He said that to me in the debate I had with him. He said.
Way.
He said. He said some. I can't remember the exact what we were talking about, but he went on about they'll develop a kind of capitalist Marxism.
Did he give a definition for you?
No, and I was too flabbergasted to even press the point. Really, I was just genuinely like a little bit like the question thing. Actually, were you here for that bit? I don't think you were. No Justice.
No.
We were talking about Kay Burley being so stupid that she'll throw out a question like how do fridges work, or just some crazy shit, and it'll like completely throw the game off of the person they're interviewing.
What do you think he meant by that?
I think he was just talking shit. I think he realised that I wasn't an idiot. Although he should have known that because he said he'd been watching my videos and stuff. So like he should have known. I think.
Didn't someone?
Well, he was quite starstruck to speak to you, wasn't he?
He was. He'd been following me for years. Yeah, God bless him.
Wouldn't a certain reading be like? Are you not just describing social democracy, which is like you keep the capitalist system, but you.
I mean, I suppose so, but it's not. But it's not Marxism.
Absolutely, but like.
Yeah, look, capitalist Marxism is like a married bachelor. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
But then the people's like genuine, sort of like general view of Marxism is the way like right wingers when they deploy cultural Marxism is they think everything equal and that's it. So I think if someone were to say, I'm like capitalist Marxism is like not getting rid of the capitalist system, just making it a little bit more equal, i.e. social democracy. But obviously that's an oxymoron because Marxism isn't, equality. It's nothing.
Yeah.
Well, it's the effects are a bit more equal, but the point of Marxism is just democratic control.
Marx hated the puffs. and the Jews. He wasn't a nice man.
Yeah.
Good
beard,
beard,
quite
though.
anti-Semitic, it's true.
Good beard.
Yeah.
Good beard. Solid beard.
Powerful and win. Real change is
Which
coming.
is odd, because he was from a Jewish background. It doesn't make any fucking sense. How can you JQ yourself? What?
So how can you be Marx and like this doesn't make any sense to me. Be JQing and being a Marxist
Look, well, people are fucking mental and can hold very conflicting things in their heads.
But
And
Marx
he was
himself. I don't know how you can even square that circle because
It's like what I said. It's like
well, he was the product of his time. Yeah.
Look at American polling, and 65% of people in America support mass deportations, and 65% of people in America also support, a path to citizenship for undocumented migrants.
Yeah, but that's the difference. There is like the general population on a question, and another thing is an intellectual who's incredibly smart, like explaining how the powers work within a capitalist system, and then JQing. Because the point of why conspiracy theories happen is the lack of material analysis, or the Jews control everything, rather than it's just being this is just how the capitalist system works. So how the fuck do you kind of JQ was also being the man who sort of came up with Marxism, and that's a really bad way of framing it, right? The critique of capitalism. Like, how do you?
Well, because I suppose he bought into the anti-Semitic thing about it's the Jews what control the capitalisms.
Oh yeah, I guess that's the fucking hell. You have to have some real strong cognitive dissonance to do that.
Well, exactly, but he was a product of his day, Like, I'm not saying it's okay if you were old-timey and therefore being racist, but, like, we are all, to a degree, products of our time. I'm sure in 100 years they'll look back on things we said and think it was silly.
What, calling Jeremy Corbyn a Nazi all the time?
No, that will be vindicated.
That'll be based. That would stand the test of time.
That will be vindicated, and the truth will out.
Fair.
I will stop the joke eventually, and my life will end.
You can. You gotta keep that gravy train going.
Exactly. It's like my version of Speed. If I go under 3 Nazi jokes an hour, I'll die.
And of course, will they win? Power. Well, again, it says 10%, but 10% across the UK means how many seats?
They've just fucking started. What you want to like to? All right, I'm sorry, but to go polling, the first poll was like 8%, then 12%, and then one level pegging with Labour without a policy platform, without a political structure, without a fucking name, right? And they're already polling at that. To say, well, how many seats is that? Like, are you?
Well, I'll just put it this way:
like, how many? Election, if they poll at 10% and get like 20 seats, that's fucking incredible. Like, almost unprecedented.
How many seats
from reform?
How many seats did every other party ever get at their first election?
Oh, Labour, when the Labour Party was first created in the first general election, they won a 700-seat majority.
No, they did. They won. Yeah. There was only 704 seats. Didn't make any sense mathematically.
Yeah.
No, it's nonsense. No one wins any seats first time out. Look at how the Cucks did in their one election. 0 seats. And they had incumbency on their side. And they won 0 seats. Reform. Well, actually, they stood down, I guess, as the Brexit party. But UKIP never won a single fucking seat.
Yeah.
And yet we're a political force who got what they wanted. The Labour Party never achieved shit in its first fucking 20 years as a formed party.
I mean, even if this party got like 4 seats, right, I would be impressed because, like, the Greens, for example, how long have they been around? And it's the first time they made a huge step in terms of parliamentary representation in the 2024 election, and that was really impressive. Like, so even getting parliamentary representation from a party that's literally just been set up is a big issue.
Yeah, indeed so.
Not a lot. So what? You have a couple of MPs in Parliament, and that's it.
What is wrong with this guy?
I've said this before. If a lot of these people on the left put literally half their passion as they've had into doing...
If he says turning the Labour Party into a left-wing party...
I'll lose my shit.
Yeah, no, I'm going to actually explode.
He's going to say it, isn't he? He's going to fuck it. I'm waiting for him to say it. I'm going to lose my shit.
Can't say it, you bitch. Fucking say it.
Doing this stuff as they did into, like, doing this, like, within the Labour Party.
Oh, you cunt! He went there!
He fucking went there! Can I just ask, how is the progress going inside the Labour Party? Have you got your PR yet? Like, how's it fucking going? It's almost as if, right, for years and years and fucking years, socialists stayed in the party under Blair, under everyone else, and tried to change from within. And then, for once, they actually had, like, the membership and the top of the party, maybe not, well, they didn't have the bureaucracy, right? And could have won on that ticket and would destroy from within. Like, it's been tried over and over again, and Keir Starmer said, fuck off and leave, and they did that. You fucking moron.
But it's like, again, like, if you want to know how the fight in Labour is going, why don't you ask Rachel Maskell? Why don't you ask Neil Duncan Jordan? Why don't you ask Brian Leishman? Why don't you ask fucking Diane Abbott, you know?
They wouldn't seem players, obviously, that's why.
Or why don't you ask the new head of communications, who's the former editor of the Sun newspaper? Anyway, I've posted a new link to the new Hangout, because this is a very serious and technologically advanced show that I run here. Brilliant. See you in a minute. Oh, hello. Hello, baby cakes.
Hello.
Hello. There you go. We've got an hour. We've got an hour. Let's fucking press on. I don't know what we've got lined up after this, if anything. I don't know.
How many? Oh, okay. Pause 1 second. Testing electric cars in Twitch chat. You're going to vote for Reform UK. They're the only ones who are going to win in 4 years' time. Are you saying that that's the reason why you're voting?
Just wants to back a winner. You know, it's not gambling, right? That's not how it works.
This isn't the Premier League, right? You can't just support Man City once they get the the petrostate dollars, you know?
Ironically, that is how a lot of people's mentality in politics works, though, right? You know, when people say, like, why can't people vote for this other party more? Because it's based on, like, winning. Now, of course, that person's taken it to the extreme end. But, like, that is kind of the mentality of politics.
Well, there was a
People only vote for
genuinely...
things if there's a chance of winning. But, of course, this guy's like, oh, the only reason why I vote for them is because they're going to win. All right.
Well, there was a genuinely touching moment of a guy, obviously quite a progressive guy who votes, you know, generally left-wing or whatever, who voted for, like, Zoran Mamdani in New York, and then woke up the next day and was like, I couldn't believe it. For the first time ever, I voted for someone who won.
Yeah. That's
literally
oh,
my fucking
bless
life.
him.
Yeah, what does that feel like?
Yeah.
That was my position when Therese Cullen won to be the district councillor in my ward. That is literally the first time ever I have voted for somebody who has won the election.
Therese Cullen, or otherwise known as Nottingham's Mandano.
The only time that's
she is good.
Is the Corbyn leadership. The only time I've ever voted where I've got the result I wanted to was the Corbyn leadership. Every vote since then, I've never had it the way I wanted to go. So I'm glad you had something. I don't remember what it feels like.
Yeah, I'm not sure I know what it feels like. In all honesty.
I'd vote for you though, Kevin. Any day.
I'd vote for you illegally many times.
Let's vote for Chloe Kelly. Let's go.
Exactly. Well, she should just be installed as, like, empress or something.
Benevolent dictator.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a dictatorship. We don't need a democracy anyway.
Well, yeah, we've tried this democracy shit and it doesn't fucking work.
Yeah.
Clearly. What we need is autocracy via footballer.
And we need to start shoving women's football down people's throats.
True. Thank you. Well, not thank you necessarily, but hello there, Mix Vivian Wolf. Everyone go and follow Mix Vivian Wolf immediately.
I'm going to take that guy from the LBC call and lock him in that box from 15 Million Merits from Black Mirror and just only just like constant videos of the Lionesses.
And I imagine he would especially like it if it was just the black players. I think he'd really appreciate that. Yeah.
Lucy Carter and Michelle Adjumang over and over and over again.
Exactly. Just that last minute equaliser again and again and again, forever. Be like Chinese water torture for him. Just drip, 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 drip. It'd be amazing.
Like, the Labour Party would be, I think, even more progressive. I think they would be very, very much so progressive.
You sharing your screen, by the way?
Because,
oh shit, I forgot. Sorry. We changed over and I totally fucking forgot.
I was like, oh, this is fun.
I'm just sat in silence like a knobhead. Here we go. 1 second.
I think even more progressive. I think they would be very, very much so progressive. But they're not. Because, can't do anything in the Labour Party. Okay, well, what did you do? Well, I did nothing, and...
What do you mean nothing? They
That's it. It's just like...
I'm sorry, but...
Okay, dude. Okay.
The community organising unit set up by Jeremy Corbyn, the amount of people that went on the streets that we've never seen for a long, long time, enthused, like high amounts of democratic participation in all sort of levels of the party, including the NEC. Like, people were like actually quite excited to do boring stuff like voting for people in like administrative roles. Like it was probably the most active active membership in a long, long time. And what happened? They were just completely shat on. Like, did this period of 2015 to 2019 not happen in this person's mind?
Oh, by the way, I'm 34.
Oh, well, congratulations / commiserations, depending on how you feel about that.
I feel no different.
Neutralities to you, then.
Yeah, neutralities.
Happy birthday. I was wondering, because I was thinking, like, how did you vote in the 2010 elections? Were you 18 or 19 then? I'm trying to work out.
I was 18. I would have been... It was a June election, wasn't it? So I would have been 18.
Yeah, so I just missed out on that, because my first one was 2015. Did you not
you young'uns.
Why Lib Dems over maybe the Greens in that 2010?
Briefcase.
Because I was fucking caught up in Clegmania, wasn't I?
Briefcase.
Oh, was it?
Total briefcase.
I suppose by the time it got to 2015 for me, obviously everyone fucking hated the Lib Dems, didn't they? So.
Hang on, so you voted Lib Dem in 2010?
Yeah.
Yeah, so did Mixed Vivian Wolf. And all I'm saying is, we shouldn't let trans girls vote.
Not before they've come out, Kev.
Well, exactly, yeah. Pre-transition, you don't get to vote. No. That's the way it works. Anyway, talking of people who shouldn't be allowed to vote, Mixed Vivian Wolf.
That's alright. I basically don't have anybody I want to vote for. Although I did join the Green Party recently. And
Well,
then,
surely that means you want to vote for the Green Party.
And then the new Corbyn Party came out, you know, and I'm sort of like, I don't know. I don't know about the Corbyn Party. I don't know how it's going to go. It could go one way or the other, honestly.
I mean, it's either going to be a big like democratic party that everyone gets involved in. We have a real kind of a movement with loads of fire in its belly that can really take the fight to reform and the Labour Party, or it will be like legacy trots our
Yeah.
like.
Short term, it should. I just think people just make sure Zach Plansky's leader of the Greens. I really
True.
hope that there isn't like a mass sort of like movement of people who signed up to join the Greens to vote for Zach have just completely jumped ship on this like party that's not started. I really hope people stay, get Zach elected first, because they're still an actual party, and then see what happens.
Well, on that point, didn't you just host a certain thing that you might want to tell us a little bit about that you might be releasing tomorrow or something?
So I hosted a debate between Ellie Chance and Zach Plansky, and that is it's going to be dropping tomorrow evening.
Was it in
tried.
person?
No, that was the original plan. So like behind the scenes, we were trying to set up a venue, and we're trying to get an audience of members and have a stage and stuff. So that was going to be in the works, but then it was really hard to nail down Ellie on a date, and she changed a couple of times, and by that point it was like wasn't viable, so we just ended up doing video call. It was supposed to be on Thursday, and then Zach's internet was just shocking, so we had to reschedule. So I finished it today, and I've never hosted a debate before, so I don't know. In my head, I was trying to be really impartial. I do felt like Ellie seemed a bit annoyed afterwards, but
why? What did you do? What did you do?
I literally did nothing though.
Did you call her a prick? Did you start calling her a briefcase halfway through?
No, she questioned the debate format twice. And I think it was fair though, because she said a lot of these questions you're asking me first and then going to Zach, and obviously the person who speaks last looks better. But that was only just like sheer coincidence that a lot of the questions felt like it needed to be directed to Ellie first. Like,
well, also
so
you could
I
just
even dropped a question because one of the questions was like, about the co-leadership. It wouldn't make sense to go to Zach first. It made sense to go to Ellie first. But there were a bunch of questions.
Well, you should have just pointed out to her the reason that that's the case is because Zach's answering second, and that's why it sounds better. Skill issue, bitch. Skill issue.
Skill issue. So
Well, maybe we got to like reword questions in those cases. Like obviously something that you're more likely to learn about. But like what you do is then instead of saying, why do you think you should run as a co-leader? Go to Zach and say, well, the co-leadership has been a thing that's been part of the Green Party for over a decade now. Why would you want to upset the apple cart? You know, right? But again, like that's not your fault that it just happened to be like that. You know,
it's just a learning curve, I suppose.
Exactly.
Part of it as well, because like we only had an hour, and I was. Like, if I were to redo it again, I'd spend less time on the economy because they agreed quite a lot, obviously.
Well,
so
yeah, so it's all no one has any policy differences. It's all comms. It's all strategy.
Well, did you see? Oh my god! Did you see the thing on LBC where fucking Ramsey wouldn't even say he liked Polanski as a person?
I spoke to Zach about that.
That's so shit. Don't fucking do that. Just like you have to at least, even if you think he's a wanker, you have to go. Yeah, we're both in the Green Party. I think he's awesome. Like that's the political. That's the actual thing you have to do.
Even if you don't like.
Yeah,
Zach,
exactly.
Just fucking lie. Cause
I assume everyone at Westminster hates each other, and that's fine. But you get along, you know.
But like, I don't know why he didn't. Again, if he didn't like it, just lie because like it made him look bad because he just just answer the question.
I think they've been going for the idea that Zach Polanski is pulling in all of these quote-unquote Corbynites.
Yeah.
I really hate that terminology, but whatever. Pulling in all these Corbynites, and that the Corbynites are like a dangerous cult that are constantly harassing people and are abusive to people and stuff. And that...
I mean, I've seen what they're like on Twitter, but Twitter isn't real life.
Yeah.
And Ned Chance and Ramsey are like victims of bullying and stuff. Like, they want to portray themselves as victims. So it's very difficult for him to turn around and go, oh, yeah, no, I like this guy who's, like, sending mobs to harass me, you know. So it doesn't portray the image that he wants to portray.
We did call him a briefcase wanker, Kev, and that made me get blocked by Dame Jenny Jones.
Oh, no.
And you know what? I'll repeat it. He's a briefcase wanker. End of.
I am blocked by, like, several Green Party politicians, actually, and I think I got blocked by them during the whole big turf split.
But that's the thing, there's a lot of turf.
No, I think it's because of your membership in Hamas, isn't it?
Not supposed to say that publicly.
Well, you notice you didn't deny it.
I have never supported Hamas. Fuck Hamas. You could go back to the 7th of October 2023.
You're not on Piers Morgan's show. You don't have to denounce the
exactly
Hamases. It's fine.
Well, you didn't have. You were the one who was like, "Does Viv denounce the Hamas?" She doesn't denounce the Hamas.
All right, I'm just saying it was. You didn't do it straight away.
Okay, well, look, if I'm on the Piers Morgan show, you're fucking Piers Morgan, aren't you?
I would fuck Piers Morgan.
So, like,
I'd fuck Piers Morgan. Yeah.
It's a pretty.
Wow, I'm fucking sorry. Do you want to repeat that again?
I'd fuck Piers Morgan. I'll say it openly. It's not sexual. I'd fuck him absolutely platonically, just so I could say, yeah, I fuck Piers Morgan.
That reminds me of that. Reminds me of the only good quote from Jeremy Clarkson, which is that he once said, "I had never punched anyone in the face before in my life, but I thought Piers Morgan was a good place to start."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, I'd donkey punch him. Yeah.
That was a struggle though, because it was like, who do I side with? Because I hate them both. But I was like, someone still punched Piers Morgan, so we got a win.
Look, if there was a sex tape of Piers Morgan and Jeremy Clarkson fucking, who's not watching that?
Christ.
Look, it'd be like watching two seals.
I'm not watching that.
It'd be like watching two right-wing seals fucking. It'd be amazing.
Nobody wants to see that. What are you...
I'm not saying I want to see it, but I'm saying if it existed, I'd watch it.
I could say all this goodwill I've built up with like producers and some political strategists gone up in the fucking. This has gone up in flames. Thanks, Kev.
It's all right, mate. It's all right. No problem.
Fuck it. We're here for a good time, not a long time.
Exactly.
So, as always, let me know what you think about your party, but it's not your party, according to them. It's going to be called something
your
else.
Party, but not your party. They love that fucking joke, don't they?
Why do? But it's the smug chocolate.
It's just that they didn't fucking understand. It was very clear. They're the fucking idiots.
Yeah,
I mean, sure. Maybe Labour, maybe Corbyn and people should have accounted for the fact that there are a lot of fucking idiots out there and made it even clearer. But it was really fucking clear to me when I saw the first post.
Well, what I do know is that some people within the party are actually quite happy that a lot of people are talking about the name, because they were saying that like it's got so much media traction. So it's funny how like all these briefcase melts, like you don't know what the party is, as if like Corbyn and his team are like melting down. And actually, I mean, I don't know many of them, but one of them was like, yeah, this is actually quite good for us. So fuck.
I mean, it's just like with when people keep saying, "Oh well, Zach Polanski will never be politically successful because of the hypno boob moment," and I'm just like, no, all you're doing is raising his profile. Literally, all you're doing is raising the profile of Zach as the hypno boob guy. Like in the same way that Nigel Farage is well known now on like TikTok and places because there's videos of him saying "hawk tour" on that pussy as it claps. And so it just like, that is infinitely more humiliating than some fucking fucking a Sun story from 10 years ago about Zach Polanski. I'm like, oh, well, it shows he's not serious. I mean, it's just it's fucking no. There is no such thing as bad publicity.
Well, I don't know if I have a slight disagreement with that, because I think like in terms of like being a celebrity and money and grifter, there's not. But like I do think there is bad publicity in politics, and I do think that maybe some people in the media are reserving their attacks on the whole boob thing until he becomes leader, because like you can destroy a man, and Corbyn's quite a good example of that. Very well known, but not widely liked among the populace, given that people call him a terrorist sympathiser and whatever.
Well, yeah, when you smear people with actual like casting aspersions on their character about things they've done that you think are genuinely like awful, and people take that seriously when it's things like anti-Semitism or
do you not think that the average person?
But the hypno boob moment is such a non-story in comparison.
Do you not think that people would be like, oh, he sounds a bit creepy because of the boob thing, and they might reject him from that?
I mean, the only response that you have to do anytime anyone says, "Oh, well, he's going to hypnotize you to make your boobs big," and I'm just like, "What do you have against big tits?"
Yeah, fair.
Just like what? Do you know?
Usually my face.
I mean, it's less that. I have quite a lot against hypnotism. I think hypnotism's fucking dumb fuck charlatanry.
Well, that's not what actually happened.
Decade, you know?
To be fair, that's not actually what he didn't fucking hypnotize someone and their boobs grew bigger. He basically was given like therapy to say, imagine if your boobs are bigger, to help you be more self-confident. Now, not being his fucking comms guy, but like I'm pretty sure that's what the actual story is. It's not like he's like, oh, I'm gonna like use my mind control to make someone's boobs bigger. But of course, like it doesn't really get the story. But it was more about like self-confidence. Imagine your boobs are bigger. That's the way I understand it. Feel a bit weird that we're talking about this, but hey ho.
Oh, okay, but again, it is obviously a non-story, and in terms of the level to be able to smear people, like this, you have links to terrorist organisations. It's a much greater smear.
Yeah, absolutely.
Than you once 10 years ago said to a woman who asked for hypnotherapy to increase their breast size. That was something that you're happy to do if you want to pay for it.
Yeah.
Oh, are we done? Okay.
Also, before we move on, sorry, just want to say thank you, Adrina Websdale for the £5, Graham Turner for the £4, Vale for me for the 2 gifted, and Popey for the $9.99 as the birthday wishes. I very much appreciate you. Much love.
Okay.
Anyway, so as always, thank you very much for watching, and of course, let me know what you think about this.
Okay, no one
cares. Did you learn anything?
Oh, he's done. It's over.
It's over. It's literally done. Yeah.
It's done. It's finished.
Kev, are you continuing from here, by the way?
I think I'm basically done.
Me too. I was someone who took a nap because I was tired earlier. I am now still very tired.
I just wanted before, because I know I've like told NJ about this, and I mentioned it in Kev's chat a little while ago. But like, Curtis hasn't had it, right? So like, Ballhat Man had a convo with Helena like fucking ages ago, right before the last election, and I went back through it like whatever the fourth month of the year is, April. There we go. I went back through it in April and like spoke to Helena about it then. But like, I feel like it's worth bringing up every now and again. Like the predictions that he made in that conversation, I think they're really interesting. So before the election, he predicted the Labour will change position and impose a wealth tax. The Green Party will never have more than one MP. The Labour Party manifesto will be much more progressive than the comms they were putting out at the time. Left-wing people are not being and will not be expelled from the Labour
I'm going to
Party.
just, before you carry on, and all of these things happened, yeah?
We'll see. Well, you know.
Okay, wait to the end. Wait to the end.
One last one. We will be very surprised by how progressive the Parliament is. There was like, these were all his predictions for the G. So I don't know why the fuck anybody's listening to this guy anyway. Whenever he says something, like when he was laughing about the launch of the Your Party earlier, I'm sort of sitting here thinking, well, he's got everything else wrong to an impressive degree. In fact, like everything.
Yeah, it's
else
so
wrong.
wrong as well.
It's like
I think the only thing that he got right there was that Rachel Reeves tweaked the fiscal rules. Although he said I think he said that she would get rid of them, but the tweak was changing what they measured national debt by, even though the actual basis of the rules didn't change, and the rules were kind of carried over from John McDonnell anyway. Like
yeah.
Yes, I think that's quite a small thing. Unless you're willing to ditch the fiscal rules, I think predicting that it would slightly change isn't. Yeah. Especially when you have such poor predictions on everything else. So I guess him trashing on this Your Party thing, that's probably a good thing for the left because he's so fucking wrong.
Probably a good sign.
Probably a good sign. But do you not think if you, look, I don't try. I try not to make political predictions because it's hard. But if you're that wrong about so many things, would you not have some sort of introspection and think, fuck me, I was so wrong about this?
Well, there's clearly some kind of like foundation to your worldview that is just crooked, right? Because you're clearly reasoning out from a particular position. I don't think so. I think he's just a fucking a Labour Party shill, right?
Yeah.
It's some course fallacy, right? Like he was arguing against all of this stuff at the time. Obviously, we had these kind of discussions about the reality of what would happen with the Labour government and about how you can fight inside the party to try and affect change. And none of these things have come to pass, of course. But if you've spent, as I'm assuming he has done, quite a long time, at the very least, at the last 5 years, fighting for a Labour government, fighting within Labour to make it progressive, and fighting against conservatism, that you'd have to, unless you're just going to think, well, I've actually just wasted the last 5 years on nothing, to gain nothing, to do nothing at all, right?
Well, you've lost.
Then if you don't admit that, if you have to admit that, then you have to, if you don't admit that, then you can at least continue in the idea that what you're doing is worth your while. But as soon as you admit that things aren't good now, you have to admit to yourself you've wasted half a fucking decade.
But it's a cult of party, it's not cult of personality, but it's a cult of party, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not just that, but it's the same sort of social thing. Like, I mean, without getting too into it about Viv and cults and all of that sort of thing, there's a lot of social pressure in the fact that basically not all, but a lot of his friends group, especially online, are Labour Party people. So it would be a huge upheaval in his life, I think, to completely ditch that. So there's like that kind of social pressure on him as well.
I've done this. I've been. So there were not just me. There's so many left-wing people in Labour who eventually just went, okay, I guess we've lost the fight here. You know, we've tried so long and so hard to fight to keep this a progressive party and to try and push it left, and we've lost. We've lost that fight. And you know, Starmer told them to fuck off. They left. The rest is history, right? But I did the same thing with Twitch. You saw me on panels and stuff, Kev, when I'm talking about, you know, I don't think the way we're platforming Nazis and shit on Twitch is a good fucking idea, you know. And I got to a certain point and I was just like, I've lost this fight. The floodgates are open. There's nothing I can fucking do about it. It's now an incredibly reactionary space, you know.
And now Jubilee literally doing videos with the guy who goes says, "Yeah, I'm a fascist." Round of applause. Like, what we doing?
But you know, and at some point you've just got to go, fuck. You can't fight against the flood when you don't have enough people with you, right, to fight it. You have to go and do something else, right? Try and do some good somewhere else. And to me, that doesn't mean that I wasted all that time on Twitch, because I learned a lot. I stayed true to myself and my morals and stuff, and there was a lot of there were a lot of good experiences, is what I'm saying, right? And I got a lot of experience from it. I'm great at debating now, all that sort of stuff. So it's not a waste. Every experience is, adds to your.
I think
knowledge.
I think it's a very important way of looking at things. Like as 2019 turned out for Labour, I don't regret for a second being involved. I don't look back and think, oh, they made a mistake with Jeremy Corbyn. I think all of that was worth it, because I think people also need to be okay with political failure, because political failure always happens until political wins. You never get it right the first time. So I think
you learn. You learn along the way.
Yeah, and I think for Bowler Hat Man though, if a lot of it just feels like it's almost like a social thing, I'm not going to blame the guy, but don't do political commentary, right? Don't mislead.
Well, I think
you're misleading other people by providing your analysis, when actually a lot of the analysis isn't based on evidence or facts, but it's based on your personal affliction to a political party that, you care more about the brands than your own policies apparently you support, and you're wedded yourself to it, but you're misleading other people. So if you want to do it in quiet and go to Labour Party meetings and still try something that's not going to work, fine. But I just think it's so dishonest to them. Attack other people, and maybe even go as far as saying gaslighting other people by saying, no, this is a dead horse, we need something new. You're wasting your energy there as well, and making enemies.
I think the big difference is ego, right?
Yeah.
Not in the sense that he has ego and I don't have ego. I have an enormous fucking ego, okay? But the potential for damage to ego based on the things that you're doing and saying. So when I'm talking about Twitch getting more reactionary, or talking about when I was blowing the alarm on QAnon and stuff really early on, or when I was predicting that there'd be violence during the interregnum, then J6 happened. The predictions I made came true because I'm looking at reality and making tentative predictions about what I think is going to happen in the future. Whereas he seems to be trying to make reality and then predicting what it's going to be if reality was his ideal, and so there's that. My ego doesn't get damaged, it gets fucking inflated, because even though I try and warn everybody and nobody does fucking anything to stop the cult expanding or the violence happening or Twitch becoming more reactionary or whatever, I'm still right at the end of the day. It fucking happened. I just couldn't do anything to stop it. And that's sad. That's upsetting. That's depressing. But it's not the same as losing the fight completely and then just pretending that you've won it over and over and over and over again. That's got to be ego destroying,
Well, yes, you'd have to take a lot of ego death to admit that you'd spent 4 and 5 years campaigning for a political party who wants to fucking cull the disabled,
Yeah.
Literally.
Anyway, I'm gonna jet off, I think.
I think I'm gonna.
Yeah, no worries. I'm sorry for crashing your party at the end.
No, it's always good to see you.
It was nice to talk.
Everyone go and follow KFLogan1875 over on Twitch, and go and follow at Turn Left over on YouTube, and at Ploppy111, which is Kev over on YouTube.
And Mix Vivian Wolf on the platforms where she exists.
Yeah. Twitter. Basically, that's basically it at the moment.
Fair enough, yeah.
Mix Vivian Wolf on Twitter. Yeah.
Are you both streaming tomorrow?
Yes.
I will be, yes.
Yeah, because we're not doing a show tomorrow because we were going to do the debate. So we could, if you're up for maybe jump on again.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I mean, I probably would be doing a show on my own tomorrow, but if you want to jump on with Kev, that makes good sense.
Okay. Cool.
So I'll probably I keep saying I'll do an afternoon stream, and then I always forget,
Okay.
How is
so I should actually do the afternoon stream that I keep saying I'm going to do.
How is Turn Left going? Anyway, I saw you were on Navarra the other day.
Yeah, thanks. Yes, it's done pretty well. I think, it's nice that we got recognised from Navarra now. We're going on, especially where I'm questioning about GB News and stuff. But so it's just ticking along.
Yeah, awesome.
Can't complain.
Well, good luck.
Good stuff.
Thank you.
I'm going to ride into... Who shall I ride into? Amy C3. I haven't been over to her for ages.
Well, it has been a while, hasn't it? Let's do Amy. Amy AC3, and I'm going to go into left of the box over on the YouTubes.
Yes, go and check her out. I'll be back tomorrow, possibly with Curtis again. Who knows? We shall wait and see.
Turning Point UK.
The Turning Point Left UK. Yeah.
Yeah.
God Almighty.
Take care, stay safe, and of course,
Free Palestine.
From river to sea. Let's go. See you later. Bye.
Bye.